second. Got to turn on my mouse so that I can. There we go. No, I didn't mean to play that. Sorry. Okay, pull that up. Okay. And now let me get it all set up on this end. There's no need to come. I will never compromise. You must be out of your mind. That song hits me, man.
It do be hitting different.
Yes, you hear it. You just want to. All right, now let's get monetization up and running. I should have done it.
I like how YouTube felt the need to remind me I am a moderator. Like
You are a moderator, just letting you know. It's one of those things.
And they are rolling in.
All right, good. Then we can go ahead and get rolling. I need something to drink first. I just got done walking and talking to Jay. I need something to wet the whistle.
Every time somebody says wet their whistle, I can't let them think of the third Indiana Jones movie. It's like, I care to wet your whistle, Marcus?
I'd rather spit in your face.
But since I haven't caused any spit, Nazi comes and takes it. What about 2 clicks out?
It's just like, this bitch. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Anyway. All right, welcome, guys, to another For Honor Friday. And in this wonderful episode, it's a Southern thing, y'all. You know you don't. Well, bless your heart. Anyway, we're going to have some fun tonight. Play some games, chat things up. Feel free to throw in your questions or your comments and, try to get me ranting, guys. We haven't had a good rant in a few weeks, so let's see if y'all can't do better tonight,
If nothing else, we can rant about spruce bark beetles.
Damn those spruce bark beetles. Like, my bile rises every time you bring those up. Just, God!
I do it on purpose.
Hey, Raven, what's your opinion on Nobushi's new execution? I actually got it because Nobushi's new execution, I will admit, is incredibly cool and stylish. But it's not going to get good points when I grade it. Like, it's going to lose some points. It's efficient, it's lethal, and it's definitely cool, but it loses some realism points. Like, definitely. Like, the way the movements go, the ease of the decapitation, nah, fam, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. As a matter of fact, let's start things off with Nobushi.
Nobushi.
So anyway, Warriors Den is on the 26th? What? They haven't announced it. Oh, man, I didn't take the day off for the... what am I going to do? They haven't announced it. Okay, so Stag Warden says Warriors Den is on the 26th. And I always do a stream when that happens. Maybe I could go in on Monday and tell them, hey, this came up on Thursday. It's important. I need to be there. Can we take that off?
26th of April or 26th of May?
Yeah, which 26th? Is it next week?
Because I thought they normally did them on Thursdays.
What day is the 26th?
Next week it's a Wednesday. But in May it's a Friday, so either way it doesn't work quite right to what I thought. Hey there, Silver Wolf. Harry and Lark, will you see the new Spider-Verse movie?
Probably not.
Nothing against it, just doesn't strike my interest as much.
I died, but I killed her.
Raven, can you play Warmonger next match, please?
Sure, I'll play Warmonger next match. But okay, so April 26th, so it is next week.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to her.
I'll talk to Miss Brown, see if I can't arrange it. I can't promise anything. What I'll do is I'll go into Miss Brown's office. She's the secretary that I talk to every day. I'll go into her office on Monday, say, hey, this came up on, what is it, Wednesday?
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to go do that, but that should be the last one I have to do.
for the time being.
Thanks for giving me the zone. God, I hate Orochis.
A saying in Ranma that's aged like fine wine.
Just Orochis, they have this ability to just hurt. Like, what I hate about Orochis is they can just constantly dodge cancel out of everything and just destroy you. Like when they said, oh, we got rid of the light spam with Orochi. Yeah, you did. You just gave him everything else. You gave him dodge cancellations. You gave him a bash, which opens up for a free light. You gave him an undodgeable from every direction storm rush. Like, did you honestly look at that and say, yeah, no, that's balanced? Like, oh, man. Like, who looked at that and said, yeah, no, that's balanced. Yeah, that works. Yeah, here he comes now.
Orochi equals mosquito. Let's see, I don't know. Mosquitoes are only irritating if they're female. Orochis are irritating both ways.
See what I mean? Just light, damn, like, god damn.
Some call it spam, I call it relentless offense. Well, that's one word for it.
You can call it relentless offense, I call it cheesing. He's complaining about Orochi even though we have bigger problems in the game. Zord, I can complain about Orochi because Orochi's still an issue.
Even if you don't consider him the biggest problem in the game, it's
still an issue. Like, I find that ridiculous.
It's like I was like, oh dang it, man, I got a flat tire. This is awful. Hey, there's a genocide going on in Africa right now. Yeah, but my car's tire is still flat now. Like, I found out some information on the Halo TV show Paramount did.
Wait, he can light parry now. When could he do that?
Let's see. I found out some information on the Halo TV show Paramount.
Okay, I'm done with this zone. Go ahead. Sorry.
Paramount did take some inspiration from the book, specifically Dr. Halsey and Caps and Keys as being X's. Yay, they got one thing right.
All right, that's fine.
That was a trip to Romania. It was a good trip. We had a good time. It was a little bit of a little interesting experience seeing what you're seeing, because there's a stark difference between like seeing Romanian cities like Brasov and Bucharest versus like all the little gypsy towns we went to. Oh, and Dylan Peterson just dropped $2 saying, "Behold, money." Well, we behold it, Dylan. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Galavex here is right. Behold, Dylan had returned.
Lights? No, yeah, lights. Got it.
First I got was a light span by four Nobu's light spanning? Oh, I'd be on suicide watch.
But yeah, like, I know that Orochi and the way they play is not the worst thing in the game, but you can't tell me it's good either. I never understood that kind of argumentation. Oh, you're complaining about this when this is also a problem?
Yeah. Make more sense when you're like, well, I think this is a bigger deal. Like, okay. Well, that's one thing we're just like, shh, you're not allowed to complain about it because I think this is a bigger deal. So.
Finally, that Orochi bit it.
Hey, Raven Lark made a tuna melt. Want one? Ah, I'm full. Thank you, though.
Appreciate it, but we're good.
And off with it. You okay there, Adla? You definitely lying there. Alright, making mine getting clear. Raven, did you hear about the new anvil?
Let's count the number of heavies. Oh, no, he got ganked, so he couldn't do the heavies.
Yep. Who's more annoying, Orochi or Kyoshin?
That's a tough one.
I'd probably go Kyoshin on that.
Probably Kyoshin, in my opinion. Raven, you can light Orochi out of Storm Rush. Alright, I'll try that next time. I'm going to heal up first.
Let's see, Raven, did you hear about the new Anne Boleyn movie/documentary?
Yes.
Yeah, now the big one was the Cleopatra one. Well, thank you, Death, though I don't think you've seen much of my character's drip.
Yep, I can light spam too. Thanks, guys. That was good advice.
Raven, I saw an ad for an upcoming movie that you may find interesting, The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Yeah, you were...
yeah, I was talking to Lark about that earlier. It seems it's an interesting idea, but I'm worried about it.
Yeah. Raven might get bit by the wokeism bug. How much money do you have to spend on steel packs in this game? You don't have to drop a dime on steel packs you don't want to. You can get everything through grinding. It's just going to take a while for some stuff. But, like, you know, getting executions, you really don't need to buy it all that much. The real thing when you actually need to, like, drop steel is probably if you want to get, like, mythic outfits and stuff like that. And Dylan Peterson drops $5. It was requested by chat who would win a Mongol horde or 10,000 human-sized ants. I'm gonna have to go with the ants.
The ants, yeah.
I think at that size, their exoskeleton's gonna be gonna help them out. But thank you for the super chat there, Dylan. Hello there, bud.
There we go. There we go.
How much money have you, Raven, spent on steel packs in this game? That's classified.
That's classified. I can't talk about that.
Because the world might explode if we divulge that information, and we care about the safety of the world. Mongolian warriors are built different. I mean, have you seen, like, the pictures, like, Mongolian citizens and standing next to, like, Chinese citizens? Like, they're just, like, giant standing next to dwarfs. It's amazing, the difference. No more money. I'm not trying not to go broke. Yeah, Dylan, don't break the bank for us.
No, don't break the bank for us. We appreciate donations, but don't break the bank for us. Like, that's not cool. Don't do that.
We appreciate any support you can give.
Support is always appreciated, but
don't hurt yourself supporting us.
Yeah, literally.
It's like if you're like, well, I'm not sure, should I buy food this month or support Raven Knight? Buy food.
Buy food for sure.
Put a down payment on the mortgage or rent or whatever. Don't. We should be bottom tier list in priority.
Yep, light barrier.
Mongolian armor does look cool, Anthony. Raven's Bank, I'm so dry because of steel packs.
Yeah, there it is. Hey.
Huh. And no emote spamming? I'm proud.
No emote spamming. All right. Oh, what happened to Zord? He didn't have anything else to say.
Let's see. Here, I have a theory that Zord was the Orochi.
No, it wasn't. Because he was shooting comets while playing Orochi.
Mm-hmm. Hear me out. Skaven cavalry riding giant ants. No. They would take ants and splice them with rats.
Yep.
They can't just take and ride something else. They have to splice it with rats. Everything with them is rats. They're worse than, like, the dang space wolves and wolves. Taxes are a scam. Raven is not a scam. I agree, but the IRS, man. Not even Joker messes with the IRS.
Very true. The IRS is messed up.
I should see if I can get something from Teespring next time. Yeah, get something from Teespring if you can.
What's a bummer is I wanted to do the new execution with Nobushi so that I could briefly talk about what's wrong with it, but we've played Nobushi now. Can't do it again.
Well, we can bounce back to Nobushi later.
Maybe
when we get to Breach, bring her in there so that we can have a better opportunity.
Fair enough. Oh, the Orochi quit? Aw, I'm sad now.
A bit morose, wasn't it?
Alright, I was asked to play Warmonger. Alright.
No one complains about Valkyrie. I complain.
No, people complain about Valkyrie. I've heard plenty of people complain about Valkyrie.
I keep complaining about how she keeps tripping me.
Like, read some of the comments that I've gotten in my Valkyrie execution video. People complain about the fact that, what are these executions? The only execution I know with Valkyrie is the trip up and then spear into the groin. Because all their arguments is that that's all she does. She can just do her sweep and then kill. So I've heard plenty of people complain about it.
I mean, I complain. Like I said, I complain about it all the time. It can't be because I'm terrible at the game. They must be cheating.
Raven, who's your highest rep? Warden.
Yeah. Although I think the biggest complaint I would have with Valkyrie is that she doesn't show us her face.
That's my thing too. Like, why don't you show us how pretty you are, Valkyrie? I'm sure you're a lovely lady.
I have a theory. It's that she doesn't want to distract her teammates. They'd be staring too hard.
Raven and Lark, what's the best cookie? Chocolate chip. There is no comparison. Chocolate chip cookie, best cookie.
The soft, the chewy kind of melts in the mouth.
Except no substitute. Raven did complain about Valkyrie in the execution video, but in a good, constructive way. The best way. Japanese isekai, I'm a loser that's been transferred in the RP. I couldn't read the rest of it.
Where was that?
I don't see it on my screen, actually.
I don't see it over here either.
Did it just, it's weird. Sometimes I see comments that pop up on my screen, but they don't pop up in chat on this end. That's weird.
I don't know. It's magic, man. I don't get it.
Your Valkyrie grading was good. My only problem was that spear, smack, kill lethality. I mentioned this in the Discord. I made a brief talk about this. My problem was this. When I did the execution graded for the long shot with Lawbringer, I made it a 3 out of 4 in lethality. I said that I think it would kill. But I had questions. I thought that there was a chance they could have survived. But the response from everybody was, oh, dude, are you serious? That would totally kill. Their brains would be jelly. Their brains would be sliding out of their ears. They were so dead. Their head is just non-existent. Their skull is cracked in 100 different ways and all that kind of stuff. Now, here's the thing. People always say that I can't take criticism well. And it's true. I need to learn how to do that better. But I took this criticism and I said, you know what? Maybe I missed something. Maybe hits like that can be more deadly than I give them credit for. Maybe the trauma could be enough to be lethal. I will give that credit. So when Valkyrie's smack came up, it looked incredibly similar to Lawbringer's. And I said, I still don't think that would necessarily kill, but I don't want to be caught with my pants down again and make the same mistake as last time. So what I did was I said, all right, I will look at this differently, and I will give it the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe there's something I don't see there, and give it the grade that y'all would feel is most deserving. So I gave it 4 out of 4. I said in the video that I had my doubts, but y'all saw something there that I didn't. And then everyone lost their mind. The difference is the weapon is a polearm good.
Both are technically
polearms. Spears are polearms too. And given the weight of some spears, it can have a similar, if not equal, weight.
Yeah, wasn't somebody arguing that the also Valkyrie spear is special because like the head's a little heavier and pointed out? It's weird. It goes to show you could like if you take criticism, someone's going to be mad. If you don't take criticism, someone's going to be mad. But yeah, there was a question earlier. It's like, isn't Warmonger kind of weak in general?
No, she's probably one of the most balanced vanguards. Probably second best to Raider. Anyway, here's the thing, Raven. It depends on the arm strength of the user. Okay, can you tell me who how strong you think Valkyrie is and be correct? Because whenever I talk about strength, everyone says the same thing. Oh, it's for honor. Everyone's superhuman. This isn't realistic. Everyone's just super strong. So what am I supposed to do? If everyone's super strong, then how can I do a grading in terms of realistic strength? How can I do that? See, that's where it comes down to. No matter what argument you bring to bear, I swear I've heard someone who argues the inverse.
Yep, that is like raisins on cookies should be banned. Nah. I think it's okay. If you don't have chocolate chips, you got to do with what you have to. Oh, and Slanderer says For Honor strength tier list.
For Honor strength tier list. That would be an interesting talk.
Lawbringer and Shugoki over there trying to deadlift each other.
Lawbringer deadlifting 2 Shugokis that are impaled. No, what he does is he impales the pommel through one Shugoki, impales the spike through another Shugoki, and starts deadlifting.
Doth thou even hoist, brother?
That'd be hilarious. Oh, man. Okay, we got a lot of wows going on from TLKV3. Which one's TLK? Okay, so that's the Kyoshin.
Just kind of stood there. You okay, Griffin? Everything all right?
What are you doing, Griffin?
Griffin, you all right, buddy?
Griffin, what was that? You kicked my butt earlier.
Is this assisted suicide? Are you okay, buddy? Talk to me.
We need to talk, Griffin. It's okay. You have things to live for.
I agree, Rhoda. Double executions would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I would love that.
Lawbringer is For Honor Space Marine. Yes, he is.
Or I guess since this is more fantasy, Stormcast Eternal.
Time to be brutal. Come here! Come here!
Why don't you look at this? Isn't that a sharp blade? Don't you like that? Yeah.
You like that blade? Get a closer look. Okay, here we go.
But I'm not done yet.
But I'm not done yet! That's essentially what executions are in this game. But I'm not done yet! Who are you?
That's a different griffin. It's a Black Knight motif griffin. I kind of like it. It was bad enough that you tried to make peace with Astria, but now you're just a blind old man. Everyone needs an edgelord character. Yeah, be careful you don't cut yourself on that edge. After playing a few sessions of D&D with an evil party, it can hurt. Raven, we need a how to build for this warmonger setup.
Ah, crap.
Was it Egyptian?
I still killed him because he stood in the zone. And yeah, she's kind of got this Egyptian thing going on.
I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
I would need to look at the workout of each hero. Unfortunately, it's mainly speculation, but I will conduct the research for science. You do it, Anthony. I believe in you.
You do that thing, man. You do it. Hey, Raven, speaking of Griffin, made him look like the Varangian Guard. Well, if you watch My Heroes in History, that's I think that he may have been based on the Varangian Guard.
There's a great song.
We are the Varangian Guard, of glory and of might, red as blood and dark as night.
Oh, why are you all leaving, guys? I'm kidding. Oh, jeepers, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, they're all here.
Oh, we forgot to bring snacks.
Keep feeding my revenge, boys.
I did say we needed snacks.
Keep feeding my revenge,
more,
boys.
please. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that was your evil plan.
Oh,
Black Prior was just going to take away my shield. Okay, that was cool. Good job.
so that's how it is, huh?
That's how it's going to be.
That's the way this particular situation is going down? Have you got
about Black Cleopatra? I feel like Metatron handled that better than I ever could. Metatron did a whole video about that. I'd just be repeating his points.
We can release a short video going, why ain't she Greek?
Yeah, that's what Metatron was talking about. Metatron basically made a video where he was responding to the trailer, explaining that she was a Greek, she was Macedonian.
Yep. I try to make all my heroes look vaguely realistic with both armor and weapons. Yeah, that's a good aesthetic to have. I can't always do it because sometimes I want to go edgy fantasy, but you know. Meanwhile, Raider is bench pressing 300 pounds while blasting Swedish pagans, as we would expect.
Wow. Dang. Crap. I didn't know that you'd get me. Oh well.
Dang Egyptian.
An inbred Greek at that? I don't know if she was inbred.
Listen, at the time, it was a common thing.
I know that she was a Ptolemy. That's all I know.
Yeah, at least she wasn't as inbred as, say, King Tut.
King Tut was definitely inbred.
Gotta keep that bloodline pure, after all.
After all, we wouldn't want half races, would we? Right? Right?
Jeremy Crawford.
I almost said Games Workshop.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I can think of a time where they have a half race in Warhammer Fantasy or 40k. I know in 40k it's not feasibly possible because they just have hey, they're so different in species you can't do it. I think it's possible technically in fantasy. A Greek became a ruler of Egypt. Wow, my history class missed out on a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, after Alexander the Great, kicked the bucket, they had to divide the empire up, and Ptolemy got Egypt. Arguably, that was the most valuable plot of land because that's where all the food is. Bloodline so pure.
Honey bun. Oh, that was beautiful. No, I'm not gonna much, man. But I will edge walk.
Cool guys
don't look at dead people. I said dead people. Okay. Cool guys don't look at dead people.
They kill, they shift things up, and then walk away.
Anyway, Raven, what's your biggest For Honor guilty pleasure? Legend, kidney stabs, love to hear it. My biggest For Honor guilty pleasure. I will admit I will admit, the best feeling that I can get in For Honor is landing a Nobushi trap or zone trap, and then knocking them over a ledge right afterwards. So I would say ledge.
I would also go with successfully executing like a difficult fourth feat.
Play Warden next. Okay. Cleopatra was the first in her family to learn Egyptian, even after ruling Egypt for several generations. Yep, she was fluent in Egyptian.
She knows several languages.
Lawbringer Grenade Spam or BP Pancake Day? I love Pancake Day with BP. That's just top tier.
And I love eating explosives.
Yeet!
Edge walking is illegal in For Honor. No, it isn't.
Then someone arrest me because I broke the law. Hey Raven, can you play Heavy Boy after Warden? I already got a request to do Warden.
Hey Raven, which For Honor hero is most like Batman?
In terms of edge, Black Friar. But in terms of usability, Orochi. Either that or Shinobi. Both would work. Both would work for Batman. Because darling, I don't have to listen to you. I'm Batman. Actually, the episode that came from was hysterical. That was such a funny...
Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Batman the Brave and the Bold. It was a different show.
It was basically...
They were trying. I think they were trying to capture the Adam West feel.
That's exactly what they were trying to do. And, you know, they did it. It worked.
Can you make Warmonger look like Batman? I kind of made a Batman Warmonger at one point. Then she evolved into the one you see now.
Would it be a Batgirl Warmonger?
I guess. But the funny thing is, in that episode, I remember Batman... there was like this lady who wanted to be Batwoman, but she was bad at it. She was really bad at crime fighting, and Batman tried to tell her to give it up, and she was eventually put under house arrest because she wouldn't stop trying to be a vigilante. And then years passed, and she got this voodoo spell to switch bodies with Batman. So she switched bodies with Batman so that she could use Batman's body to kill, I think it was the Riddler, because she thought the Riddler was the one who ruined her chance at being a hero. And Batman, while in her body, had to try to convince Robin and Batgirl that it was him, and they didn't at first. So Robin said, no, it wasn't Robin, he was Nightwing at the time. He says, prove that you're bats. And then he just lays out like dark secrets about Robin, and you still see with the nightlight on, and he goes, okay, it's him. And I'm like...
Oh, and Legion just dropped $5.
Hey!
My guilty pleasure in For Honor is... However, is when I used the Pugio on our duel when we met at Dominion.
Oh, God, yeah, you did. I haven't forgotten, and I haven't forgiven. No, I'm just kidding.
The Legion back there just going, hee.
The Hammer of Justice is unisex. That was such a good line, because it was like Ladyface or whatever, this guy who like looked like a buff dude but had like a women-like face. Like,
no, reverse it.
Yeah, okay, like, yeah, a womanly body, manly face, says, like, you wouldn't punch a lady, would you? The Hammer of Justice is unisex.
And by golly, it's hammer time.
Okay, I'm not doing so. Stop it! Gee, no! God!
I don't appreciate that.
I couldn't attack because I'd open up for Shugoki, but I couldn't defend both of them at the same time. That was mean.
Speaking of Batman, thoughts on Batman Beyond? It was my favorite series as a kid.
It was cool. I liked it, but I preferred the original Batman animated series. That was.
There are also some hard parts to watch, like a little flashback where you see Batman like realize his age is catching up with him. It's to the point where he even has to pull a gun.
Laura, could you read Silverwolves to me because I can't read it?
Hey Raven, hope my comment on your video of D&D getting rid of half race wasn't too much. You know about my being a half race myself, Hispanic and Irish.
I don't remember what you said.
I think you're fine.
I don't think you said anything wrong, but I honestly don't remember what you said to be mad about it.
No, we typically don't play with subs, Heisenberg. Not because we don't want to, because the stream hates it when we do it. It will literally crash. We've seen it happen.
Yep. What happens quite often is whenever we play with subs or other people, when we bring them into a party, the stream just straight up crashes and burns on us. It's really annoying.
Yep. It's the greatest enemy in For Honor isn't any of the heroes. It's our internet.
Yep. I got to go back up our Berserker. He's not looking so hot and he's getting ganked. Hang in there, brother. I'm coming.
Well, as interesting as that would be, we have not seen the D&D movie, so we really can't talk about it.
I'm done.
My buddies
I'm
went to go
screwed.
see it. My buddies went to go see it. They liked it. I'm gonna start putting up a turn.
Crap! There's nothing I can do! I just keep getting destroyed by them!
Oh.
Warden, God help Warden. You know what? When I said that Warden is currently the weakest Vanguard, people told me that I was wrong and that they could. Like, how could you say that? Warden's one of the best. I'm like, nope, he's the worst. Oh, well, he's great in duels. Even Freeze has come out and said that he's no longer the best in duels. Even Freeze has come out to say that Warden is trash. Of all the Vanguards in For Honor, Warden is trash. He is easily the weakest. He has nothing going for him. Oh, he's got a 50-50. Yeah, so does everyone and their mother. He does like the good shoulder bash. Yeah, which you can light out of if you hit him in the right moment.
Mm-hmm. No, Lark, it's not the internet, it's the sun. You're right, guys. How could I have been so blind? Raven Edge walks Lawbringer. Halt there, criminal scum! Yeah, Vlad, that's right. He's just mad. That's the thing.
Oh well.
And don't get me wrong, we love our Warden. It's just we want to see him get some love. Exactly, Anthony.
What exactly is a 50-50? A 50-50 is an attack in a game that you have to choose. It's like flipping a coin. You have to choose what you react to, and if you guess wrong, you take damage. So Warden's unblockable attack, he has the ability to cancel it. So you have two options. You can either say, okay, he's bluffing, he's not going to follow through with it, so I won't try to parry. If you're right, then you're good because you can just counter his guard break or just not take damage. But if you guess wrong and he follows through on it, you're screwed.
Have a good night there, Silver Wolf. Hey, Raven Lark, have you seen any of the Judge Dredd movies?
I saw the first one.
Yeah, that's the only one I saw. I thought it was fun, though. It was good cheesy action. Ah, yes, the words that almost derailed my D&D campaign for months now. Sun's haunted.
Have I gotten a kill? Okay, I got one, but I don't think I did it.
Yeah. Such is the life of a Warden.
Raider has hyper armor, Kensei has range, Tiandi has dodge attack cancels, Warmonger has pressure, Warden has a top only crushing counter. Yeah, he's garbage. And anyone who says otherwise has never played him in Dominion. And Warden is the epitome of garbage. You have to be and then people will say, oh, if you just make the right reads. I'm like, that's the same for every hero. If you make the right reads as every hero, you're good to go.
That's like when you're saying this Rainbow Six Siege operator isn't good. They say, well, if you get headshots with them, of course. Why didn't I think of that before?
See what I mean? I try to dodge and go into my...
People in Dominion don't know what 1v1 is. Very true.
See what I mean? Like, see what I mean? Aramusha has a counter for everything I do. And now he's just emoting to show off how good he is. See what I mean? Warden is trash. Warden is absolute trash. I may need to make a whole video about why he is. But no, Freeze already did. Oh my gosh, and I'm already... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is... Like, let's think about this for a second. Warden cannot do a heavy into light. He has to do he cannot do heavy into light. His dodge bash is one of the easiest to read and counter. His unblockable is slow as hell and costs a butt ton of stamina. He has no hyper armor whatsoever. His feats are pretty much trash too.
There's nothing going for him. He's basically like the default character.
He is, and he has nothing to help him.
He needs some pizzazz.
And how can he do emotes like that and still counter guard breaks. I feel like if you're gonna be that kind of shitter and just drop emotes in the middle of a fight, you should be susceptible to guard breaks. Finally. Oh, he deserved that kill.
I say give Warden a thrusting attack or something.
Yeah, give the boy something. We're updating characters right now. Get this guy some help. Like, Warden has nothing. Warden has nothing. Oh, he has unblockables. Yeah, that doesn't make him good. Yeah, and he's standing there waiting for backup.
We're on console. Raven Alert, did you see a video on Metatron's Academy about a university is saying that the word field is racist?
Yeah, what? What the? You saw his health went down to nothing. You saw that. Please tell me I'm not losing my mind.
I missed that. I was moderating chat.
Finally, outread him. God.
Oof. How did your team not die yet?
Yeah, how are we still in this fight? We do not deserve to be. But y'all saw that, right? His health went down to 0 and then shot up.
Yeah.
See, that's the reason why you're losing. Console is pure suffering. One last match.
I think there's more to it than just console versus PC there. Oh, Anthony saw it too. You need some kind of in-chain defense like a Fira CC likes. I want to stream snipe you. Why?
Why?
Yeah, stream sniping in this game won't help you near as much as say something like Rainbow. And also consider that there's a little bit, a couple seconds lag.
Oh, salty. Sorry, dude. Get over yourself. Anyway.
Got a request to play Big Boy next. Who's that?
Shugoki.
The Shugoki Pokey.
Yeah, we'll play Shugoki next, but man, that was a cringe match. Oh well. Wonder who will stay and who will go. Lord and Raven, would you rather see a low fantasy setting in 1840 Texas or sci-fi setting with timeline hoping Nazis looking for holy relics?
I kind of want to see the 1840s Texas.
Yeah, the 1840s one would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. Actually, okay, so that Aramusha who kicked our ass over and over was playing on PlayStation, so I guess he was doing well.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, let's go to another group. I don't want to play with that group anymore. Let's find a new one. Let's find a new one. Let's find a new one to play with, because that was a lot of salt, and I don't appreciate that. Oh, Aaron's finally here. But Hannah's not? I'm a little disappointed. All right, let's get the heavy boy. All right. What are your thoughts on the Kratos Doomslayer characters? Doomslayer is a meme. I don't hate him, but there's nothing to him. The whole joke with Doomslayer is he's an overzealous demon killer. And that's cool. I don't mind that. I mean, but there's no character to him.
He's a force of nature.
He's a force of nature, and he should be treated that way. Kratos, I didn't really care for him in the early games. I didn't know that much about God of War. I didn't really care for it. But in the first not Ragnarok, but in the first God of War, like Norse game, I liked him. I thought he was cool. I thought the dynamic was cool. I just got bored of the game.
Well, jeepers, we got a bit of an infestation here. Ow.
I wouldn't have tried that, Shaman. I'll run away now. Yeah, they're all just trying to attack and get it. Yeah, see?
He sure has improved over the games. Yeah, this
attack and run. Attack and run now. Thank you, Shinobi.
Something you don't hear every day. Thanks, Shinobi.
Oh, good kill, Shinobi. Thank you. That's the power of friendship.
Friendship for the win. Hey, Lark, were the gypsy villages in Romania actually permanent settlements, or were they like a collection of RV and trailers that are already packed up and moving on? Oh, no, they were permanent settlements. They were definitely permanent settlements. Though they didn't look like the most structurally sound places, if you will, but there were no RVs. These guys could not have afforded RVs.
We're talking real impoverishment.
Yeah, we're talking like impoverishment. If you want to see in the United States, you got to go to an Indian reservation.
I didn't parry that.
Did you have your parry the platypus hat? Look out, a wild Orochi. The only reason Doomslayer's the way he is now because demons killed his pet bunny and mounted her out on a spike. Yeah, that's just not a nice thing to do. They deserve what they get. I'm sorry. That's just... Yeah. Us rural Europeans are built different. Some of you are. It's a little different, though. There's a difference between, like, rural Romanian and rural Gypsy. Oh, it's like going through rural Romania, like, every single town's like there must be a mandated law. Like, you have to have a red tile roof, but I don't want... you have to have a red tile roof.
Yep.
So mobile homes on cinder blocks, like I said, they can't afford...
They don't have mobile homes. Like, we're talking shacks.
Honestly, shacks is being generous.
Like, y'all, you think you know poverty. You don't.
Like, it's weird because they have electricity, but their homes are heated by wood stoves, and they're lucky if they're burning wood, but there's no, like, plumbing or nothing.
Get out of here.
Yes!
Yes!
Beautiful.
That's my guilty pleasure. Doing a Shugoki shot like that. That's my guilty
one.
Good parry. Bye.
Yeah, but no, not all of Romania is, like, impoverished. Like, Brasov had some very wealthy places. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Romania is kicking our butts in the mall business. Like, I have not been in an active, thriving mall in probably, like, 15 years. And the Brasov Mall, holy crap, thriving. And I was better food than pretty much any mall in America.
Shinobi, why were you not guarding me?
Probably thinking about doing some ninja things or something. Golfing with Goki. Nice kid.
Bye. Oh, come on!
Feel robbed.
Die. Ah! He got me.
But does the mall have a red-tailed roof? No. Once you get into like Brasov itself, no red-tiled roofs.
I like how you said red-tailed. Like, so there's a red-tailed hawk.
Just sitting on there.
Run, Tiandi, run!
Be free! I think he's gonna be all right.
I think he's gonna be okay. No, you don't.
Lork had a meeting with Top G. Yeah, no. It's probably one of the most irritating things. Like when my kids asked where I was, they was like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, "Oh, Romania." They didn't want to hear about anything else we did, about any of the cool things I saw or the cool experiences I did. The only thing I wanted to talk about was Andrew Tate. And it's like, "He got released. You broke him out of prison." Like no, I would throw him back in prison just to spite all of you. Not that that situation isn't messed up and to begin with, but it's just, I get sick of it. Like every time it's like, "Hey, I went to Romania." They're like, "Andrew Tate?" Yeah, there's more in Romania than just Andrew Tate. Dang, high performance exchange. Well, there you go.
All right,
they got us.
Orochi came in and bailed out Shaman. Otherwise, I would have won that. I'm sure of it. Oh, they're all emoting now. Go ahead. I mean, how are y'all doing?
How y'all doing? So did I, Lorcath. So did I.
Yeah, why Andrew Tate? Like, Andrew Tate, like, why do people care?
Because he says a few smart things, but that doesn't make up for the fact that everything else he does is kind of despicable.
Again, why do people care? Ooh! Team up with the Valkyrie coming in with a complete disregard for human life. I love it.
I'm starting to think the shaman doesn't like you.
Yeah, I get that impression.
There may be some of that.
And dead. Valkyrie, you and I make a great team. You wanna?
Oh no, she's more to. I have to work with Fat Boy.
Hold on a second. Oh, I missed. Damn it.
Goki is love. Goki is life. Raven, who would fight, Doom Guy or Kratos?
Run away! Oh, he's coming back. Okay.
Yes, Jack. He's. That's exactly.
Oh, Kensei down.
Why'd you interrupt?
Why'd you ruin that, Val?
We have so much love to give. Be honest, Val. You were just jealous you weren't getting the. Oh dear.
Help! I'm on fire! You can smell the dumplings!
Yeah, hope the fat doesn't go all up at
And
once.
Tiandi's running. Tiandi's running. He doesn't want none of this.
I mean, if I saw Shugoki on fire and it turned to look at me, I'd probably...
If I saw Shugoki with that mask, I'd be running the other way. Your soul is weak.
Hey, Ravenlork, was Vlad the Impaler from Romania?
Yes.
Become Romania, yes. He was in, like, the southern part called Wallachia.
Wallachia, Transylvania, and Moldova, they formed Romania.
Yep. And now part of Moldavia is its own country, which is weird.
I'm going to guard A because I know they're going to come back here. Someone else take C.
Come on, take C, guys.
Come on, guys. You can do this. I believe in you.
I don't believe
Oh, Kensei looks like he... Oh, hi, Shaman. Despite you bleeding me all the time, you haven't really done any of your pounce attacks.
I don't know, maybe we're trying to lure us into a false sense of security. Or maybe they only feel comfortable doing pounce attacks if they're in a group. Which I can understand.
Good parry. Yeah, I was done with that guy. Oh man, I was just kind of like, okay, dude, that's enough.
And we're done.
Hi, Tiandi. Just like, does Tiandi want a hug? Oh, shoot, I missed.
Yeah.
I can get him. Shoot!
Raven, don't make me sit on you. Yeah? I hate it when my Tiandi goes Super Saiyan. Oh, hi Kensei, how you doing?
Hi, Kensei, when did you get here?
Oh dang, Kensei calm mad.
Get out of here.
That's just like, alright, I know what to do.
Hold on, I can do the same thing, right?
Oh, no, he's coming back.
He knows better, he knows better. He knows that I could kill him with a pounce.
Fuck.
Son, we have some things to discuss. Boom.
Yeah, he trained in German wrestling, you didn't know. How southern is this thing, y'all?
It's so southern right now, my water tastes like sweet tea.
That's because it is sweet tea.
Actually, no, it's just water with crystal light in it.
Oh, okay then. Kind of killed the vibe there, but whatever.
Watch Warden get a major rework and he goes Ultra Instinct. I prefer that to what he is now. Like, they release Aphira and she's a goddess, but we still have Warden who's just sucking wind.
What?
Warden over here like, I matter. Warden used to be the poster boy / girl of For Honor. Now they're the joke. I challenge you, name a character other than Nusha who is weaker than Warden.
The minion.
No, I'm even playable character.
Oh. That would be wild, like one April Fool's that lets you play as a minion. What For Honor characters do you see being the best bros / gals?
What was that?
Like, which For Honor characters do you see being the best bros?
I'm thinking about doing a whole video on that.
Oh.
Like, I'm thinking about doing a whole video of best bros. Let's go pirate. Let's go pirate now.
Bro, I love Warden, but his basic kit kills me. No,
I know.
it gets you killed. It gets him killed.
Who would win in a fight, Doom Guy or Kratos? Kratos, because Kratos is immortal, I think. Like, he survived, like, complete continent-busting attacks. I doubt a gun would really bother him.
Hey, Raven and Lark, why do some atheists still say Jesus was not real, but we know for historical fact he did? Because a lot of atheists, they don't do actual research. They just assume, like, there's some mythologicals or there's some supernatural stuff around it. It must be all made up.
What atheists do is they go to Google and they type in Jesus wasn't real, and then they pull up the first Reddit thing that they can find that approves that. And usually it'll have some half-assed like research bit that says, "Oh, according to this one documented source, Jesus may have not really
Well, it's not even a documented source. It's like some zeitgeist.
Right, but they assume it's a documented source.
No, they don't care. They just found something online that...
Right, and so they'll say that, but when you come at them and say, actually, historical texts and information,
literally, like Bart Ehrman, who is agnostic, who used to be a Christian, but he fell out of the faith, like, he's like one of the biggest Jesus scholars out there. Like, atheists came to him, like, you can prove that Jesus didn't exist. And he goes like, guys, you're going to sound like a moron to people. Don't go out and say Jesus didn't exist. We have proof that he did exist. Now, if you want to argue whether he was divine or not, you can argue that.
We can have that discussion.
But don't say, like,
you
he
can't
doesn't
say
exist.
we have evidence that Jesus exists. In fact, the funny thing is, Metatron did a video asking if Jesus existed, and he answered in the end, yes, he did exist. So... there are lots of people out there who may not be very spiritual, who may not believe, but they acknowledge he existed. You can't deny the man existed.
Yep. Raven, what makes Pirate powerful?
What made her powerful? She's no longer powerful. She's now kind of bottom tier. But what made her powerful was her incredible 50-50 capability, a dash forward unblockable that could be canceled that had hyper armor. So it was basically going to destroy you if she hit you with it. Dodge cancellations combined with all this hyper armor, and a pinning attack that was also a 50-50 that could be canceled. All of that combined made Pirate a monster.
Should I level up Blackfriar or Yorn?
Honestly, Yorn, because Yorn's so OP right now. Whoa!
Is it bad that I've been in virtual West Virginia? Virtual? You've been like online West Virginia? I'm assuming you mean rural West Virginia this past week. So when Raven said Crystal Light, my first thought was, is that like the Bud Light version of Crystal Meth? Yes. It's exactly what it is. We only drink the best of Crystal Meth here.
Thanks for the save, Orochi. Crap. Oh well.
Happy founding of Rome. Oh, thanks, Jedi.
Appreciate it.
Romanian Victor.
Was that Berserker really a rep 1? That Berserker was pretty good for a rep 1. Or virtual West Virginia, i.e. Fallout 76. Oh.
When I go to a southern barbecue place, should I get an iced tea or a lemonade?
Depends entirely on the barbecue place.
Yeah, because if the sweet tea is good, and keep in mind, we don't mean iced tea, we mean sweet tea. If they call it iced tea, you probably better go off lemonade. If they call it sweet tea, go ahead and do it. If it's not right, go default to the lemonade. Or if you really want to be adventurous, get half and half. Come on. Think the minions ever like look at the hero's arms turning orange and they go, "What's that about?"
Got this one.
So you want
this Berserker's tough. Like, there's no way you're just a rep 1, dude.
Yep.
Are they a Smurf? Could they be a Smurf, maybe?
I didn't see blue on it, but we can't rule it out.
Raven is #1 for honor YouTuber, and Slanders is a very close second.
Why,
Ooh,
thank you, Death.
I appreciate that, Death, but I feel that might not be an accurate statement.
Oh, it's a subjective
A
statement.
subjective statement, yes. An accurate one, I wouldn't agree. I do not see myself as the best for honor YouTuber.
What would the Roman emperors think about America?
Crap.
Depends on which emperor and depends on which age of America. Like certain parts of it, they go, "Hey, well, that seems familiar." Who is the scariest For Honor character to fight lore-wise? Honestly, maybe like someone like Shaman because they'd be so erratic to fight.
Warmonger because she can use plagues.
That's true.
Crap.
My family's probably the only one from Florida that drinks unsweet tea, so I'm not a very reliable judge when it comes to such things. They drink unsweet tea? What kind of heretics? There better be health reasons behind that.
Lawbringer because Jesus Christ. Well, Lawbringer lore-wise would be very strong because of the armor, but Pirate has a gun.
Yeah, you ask like what makes Pirate so strong? Black powder.
Are you actually gonna run back to get help from Berserker?
Superfly Mice Guy just dropped $5. Zhang Se Xiao lived from 1775 to 1844. Revolver pistols were invented in 1835. So giving Pirate a revolver isn't entirely out of the question. It would be kind of hard to come by, though. But yeah, I appreciate
Light spam it up, boy.
I appreciate the reach there, Superfly. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I saw what you were trying to do there, buddy. I saw what he was trying to do, trying to bait me out.
Something tells me if ancient Rome saw World War II America, they would be terrified. Probably. And if they saw World War II Italy, they'd be incredibly disappointed.
Probably.
It's like, we're the new Rome. And they're going, no, you're really not.
Nah.
You could stop now. They would be terrified, like, wait, the Germans still exist? Why did you let the Germans still exist?
Best runner YouTuber based on lore, Raven Knight. Gameplay for hilarious memes, Vita Neon or Snoopy. I'm not even the best runner YouTuber in terms of lore. That probably belongs to Era de Lupi. Or Lupi, whichever she prefers to pronounce it as. But Era de Lupi makes way better lore videos than I do. I am basically the For Honor fanfiction channel, which, yeah, let that sink in. Hi, Zerk.
I'm not a plumber. I'm not allowed to bring sinks in. You ever been like, what was the shotgun made out of, the first one? Hope. The first shotgun, we're looking at blunderbusts. We're using scatter shots, so.
Holy shit! I get the feeling y'all don't want to fight on your own. That Zerk is so strong, though.
I'm working out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're a For Honor historian. Okay, yeah, that I think we got.
Well, actually, no, because then there's also, what's his name? He's the one who releases very seldomly. Like, he used to release.
Which is why we're back.
Well, no, he does way more in-depth stuff than I do. I do general overview.
Yeah, but isn't he like do like more like the arms and armor than he does with the actual? Yeah, I think we have a safe lead on him.
Maybe.
Go Danny, yeah, that's
Go Danny, that's right. Whoa, what?
Yes. Octavian looking at Mussolini is probably the equivalent of a wolf looking at a poodle to send it, honestly, though.
God damn! What is with the ganking here? Y'all notice that?
It's like we're
oh
playing
my
For Honor.
God! Like, I thought it was just me and that Shinobi for a second, then Gladiator runs over.
Jedi Knight, in fairness, your fanfics are better than anything Ubisoft coughed up.
Maybe so, but how sad is that to admit? Like, okay, so you got the meme maker, Vita, you got the historian, Go Danny, you got the lore master, Era de Lupi. What do? I write fan fiction. That's pretty pathetic, brother.
Nah.
That's not what I would put on my. See, look at that 3-man gank over there. They do not want to play. They do not want to play individual. Wow. Okay. What the? What was with this glass? Oh man.
The world may never know.
How am I doing? 3 kills, 6 deaths. That works. The For Honor hero historian who is also a bird. There, now you're. I never said I wasn't my own thing. I'm just not the best at my own thing. That's the problem. That's the thing. Like I am a jack of many trades, master of none. That's the problem.
Yeah. But more often than not, a jack of many trades is better than a master of one. Legion dropped $2. I'm pretty sure A Year for Honor is a. I'm pretty sure For Honor is a fan fiction. Interesting take, but we appreciate the donation there, Legion. When do they do XP fests?
Whenever they feel like it.
Honestly.
There we go.
That's a good hit.
There we go. Yeah, turn that around.
Lane.
We've got to hold this spot, boys. Minion lane will turn it. Yes, minion lane turned itself around. Good, good, good.
That's the beauty of artillery, boys.
Berserker's going to try to fix that.
Yeah, make him think about something. There you go.
Better go down and stop him. Actually, I could do this. No, he's too far out of range. Let's try this.
Be careful trying not to shoot.
There we go! There we go! Yes!
Last and superior.
There we go! Yes! Yeah! Oh, what a kill!
Can you imagine being the last person holding out, 3 guys are charging at you like, alright, time for a last, and then a ballista bolt goes right through your noggin?
Raven did not kill the men, but the women and the children too. They're like animals, and he slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
Oh gosh, you think we should go to Breach? Because I don't think we're going to top that.
Yeah, I think it might be time for Breach. Yeah, okay. Alright, we did good. That was fun. Let's go to Breach now. Let's go to Breach now. And we'll do Nobushi first, so that we can see the execution. Because I want to talk about that execution. I have problems with it.
Alright. Reverse isekai idea. A Roman emperor lands in 1930s Rome, ousts Mussolini, and leads Italy in a war against the Nazis and Soviets alike. It'd be interesting. I like the concept, but the problem is, like, the warfare is so different, like, so much relies on production. Because that was Italy's big problem. Like, they could not produce enough to really support their war effort. And Mussolini knew it. That's why he didn't want to go to war, but Hitler kind of started off, and he didn't want to be left with just scrap, so he started to invade before he was ready.
Oh, we're attacking for it? Let me do Nobushi on defense, because that'll be a little bit shorter. Let me do someone else for attack.
Ooh, Girls Like Mike just dropped $10. Hey, man, thanks.
Hey, thanks for that. I appreciate that.
We're appreciative.
I have not gone a Viking all game, so let's go Viking. Let's go Valkyrie.
We were just talking about her.
We were.
Do Lawbringer next after this.
With his new Hero Fest execution. Did I get his Hero Fest execution?
I did.
I don't know if I did, and I don't have the steel to get it. We'll see. Oh, you were paying $10 so that I would play Warlord. Okay. Tell you what, after this match, I said I'd do Nobushi, but then after Nobushi, I'll do Warlord.
We will do Warlord.
I will do Warlord, promise. But we'll do Valkyrie first, then we'll do Nobushi, then we'll do Warlord. I want to see Apollyon versus Rambo. Well, Rambo will win. Like,
he got guns. In more than one way, if you know what I'm talking about. Who won an arm wrestling match between Valkyrie and Raider?
Raider.
Definitely Raider.
Valkyrie's got muscle, but Raider's legendary.
Then Law after Warlord. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we have time for a fourth breach.
Well, yeah, we'll see if we have time for a fourth. We did kind of quit Dominion kind of early, so we've got about an hour.
Yeah, we should have time for a fourth.
Yeah.
No Valk got thighs.
Like I said in my video, the term Thunder Thighs was invented when Valkyrie did a jumping jack a little too aggressively. Why did the medieval style armor stop being so prevalent? Guns were cheaper to manufacture and produce, Many people say, oh, medieval armor couldn't stand up to guns. It's not entirely true. There were some medieval armors that were bulletproof. That's where we get the term. That's where we get the term bulletproof from. Was whether or not medieval armor was considered able to withstand a bullet. But the problem is, even if there was armor that could withstand a bullet, that was expensive to manufacture. And if you're a lord who has to train mercenaries and soldiers, which are you going to spend money on? One good set of armor like a good set of armor for all your soldiers, which cost a ton of money and resources, or just a set of guns, which are way cheaper and almost just as effective. Like, that's what it really came down to. What really happened was they had to ask themselves, like, which is the brighter move? Do we get guns, which are cheaper, or armor, which is more expensive? And eventually, as the ideal of knights started to go away, like the feudalism started to end, the need of armor fell away, more people were getting guns, and people just saw armor as obsolete, especially as guns started being updated and improved and the like, so... But never underestimate the power of medieval armor. Lots of people like to say medieval armor is obsolete, it couldn't hold up to a bullet, like that kind of thing. Modern day guns, yes, most medieval armor would not handle modern day guns, especially semi-automatic. But
any higher caliber.
Any higher caliber, yeah, exactly. But back in the day when the guns were around with the armor, actually the armor proved to be very effective for the time period. You didn't want to be hit by it, but it wasn't. The guns of back then are not like the guns of today.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see.
Shinobi, you want to stop hitting me?
Would Prime Rome try to conquer World War II Germany? They could try. They'd get slaughtered.
They'd get destroyed.
Listen, they couldn't conquer their own Germany fully. How are they going to conquer one with panzers?
Yeah, I never understood that. What if Rome or Japan or China in its prime in the medieval period tried to conquer a more modern army? No. Doesn't matter how in your prime you are, you're up against heavy artillery.
Yeah, it's like it's like if you like I typically don't do this, but if you want to see what something like that's like, watch a few episodes of Gate, and you'll see how that would work.
You really want them to watch Gate?
Listen, honestly, like the first couple episodes ain't bad, but then once they decide to say, have the CIA
they go down the isekai protagonist bullshit.
Well, not just the isekai protagonist bullshit. Like the world building is awful.
Well, and not only that, but they have to make Japan look good. That's what.
Well, yeah, I don't even mind making Japan look good, but it's just like. They made the CIA,
overly good.
Well, they made the CIA, KGB, and the Chinese equivalent absolute morons. Like, hey, we're going to kidnap these princesses. Why? What's your plan? What are you going to do with them? You have no way to get them home. Everyone's going to know it was you. But anyway, what if the Romans had our...
That's a game of what if. Do they have guns?
Do they have ways to manufacture all this nonsense?
Do they have ways of building? Do they have ways of transporting it? Do they have modern cars? Do they have airplanes? Like, it's coming down at that point. Once you get to well, Rome has all the stuff the Nazis do. They have all the same technology. Then they're basically modern. Then they're basically 1940s Italy at that point.
Yeah, there you go.
They're no longer the Roman Empire. They're 1940s Italy.
It's like how much of Skyrim can you mod before it is no longer Skyrim? Wasn't Gate the Japanese Top Gun? I think for some people it was, but I feel like Japan can do a better Top Gun.
Low key too baked for this convo.
Oh no, that means you're having the just right amount. I want to know what it's like, what we sound like totally baked. And then along came Jupiter.
Not to excuse Gate, but the guy who wrote it was a major Japanese nationalist.
I could tell.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Hey, listen, I don't mind if you want to be nationalist.
Hey, you know what? Be proud of your country. I have no problem with you being proud of your country.
Try and actually be realistic with your geopolitics, because like China maybe trying to pull some of that nonsense. Sure, I can buy China doing it. Maybe the KGB. But I imagine someone in the federal government of the United States would go, we already have a good relationship with the Japanese. Why would we try and ruin it for no political gain whatsoever? Like, literally, if the Americans wanted to get through the gate, all they had to do was say, hey, we're going to bolster forces on Okinawa and other parts, or other Japanese bases to deter Chinese or Russian interference while you're in there. In return, can we send in a few military attachés to observe the fighting going on the other side of the gate? And the Japanese government probably would have said, yeah, sure, that's cool. There's no reason why the CIA would have gone. First decision would have been, let's try and abduct princesses we can't do anything with.
Yeah, it made no sense. It made no logistical sense.
Yep. It was just like, how can I make it so an American CIA team gets, cut to pieces by a immortal scythe lolly girl? And that's when I really said, this is kind of a stupid show. Inaudible battling is what it's on. Yeah, that's probably right, Mason. That's probably what it is.
Well, that's kind of us normally too.
Yeah. The CIA is stupid at times, but like typically their stupidity has a purpose. Like I can see where they were going with it. Like a lot of the stuff, like, hey, we're gonna try and test drugs on a population. It's stupid, but I know why they're doing it. With this, like, hey, we're gonna abduct these princesses. Why? What are we going to do with them? We're going to make them try and respect and make some alliances with America. Okay, how are you going to get them back to the gate? Well, we got to get them back to the Japanese. Then we already know who took them. Now, Superfly My Sky just dropped $5. This weapon has the power of 1,000 spears. Planet of the Apes character referring to an SMG. Depends on how many bullets you have, but yeah, yep. I appreciate it. The best part is that was like, I believe it was Charlton Heston who was
I think you're right. I think you're right, yeah.
The CIA, but it's like Patrick from SpongeBob. Honestly, I would pay to see a show where Patrick from SpongeBob has some
Given
sort of
who's running the country right now, that is basically the CIA.
Oh, yeah, you got a point. Dragonborn versus the Southern States.
Southern States, we're used to wrestling.
We're going to win because we're going to offer him some barbecue and he's going to want to come to our side.
Exactly.
I'm sure the Russians in Gate were FSB. FSB, KGB, it was run some Russian special ops organization.
They're all the same, right? No, I'm just kidding.
This Broadway Russian guy going, no!
They're not the same.
I know, but I can barely keep track of all our special ops forces. I can't keep track of foreign countries, too. Honestly, I'm lucky if I actually know a country's special ops force off the top of my head. How many assassin attempts on Castro did we... yeah, I lost count. But at least there was a reason to killing Castro. He was a communist dictator that had slighted us, so it at least made sense. Some of the plans might have been stupid, but at least they made sense. At least there was a reason why.
By the way, Lark, not to change subjects, but this is kind of interesting. I was sent a video in my video response section. Like people on Discord will send me videos or articles that they want me to respond to, and this was an interesting one. It was a video from Cracked from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Where they were basically talking about how the Disney princes are bad role models for boys. And after watching it, they're basically saying they're boring, they don't have any agency or personality, except for, we just want to get women. And I'm kind of like, I was wondering if I should respond to it. It was ridiculous. So I asked in Discord, do y'all actually want me to respond to this? This is really stupid and it's 5 years old. And only, I think, 2 people said, yes, respond to this.
I'd have to look over it. I mean, I could probably go either way on it. It's Cracked, so it's probably mind-numbingly stupid. But
yeah, I'll show you after the stream. You can get an idea.
It's just like, oh, hey, by the way, just like these Disney princes are bad role models because they only want women. So they want to go after pretty women and try and convince them to marry them.
Well, they got on Eric too, like from Little Mermaid, because of the song "Kiss the Girl," basically saying like he was being lambasted for trying to push himself on a girl, and I'm like, you don't understand how the
hold on. He takes a girl out on a canoe ride, gets crustaceans to serenade them. Honestly, I would say he's more stupid if he doesn't kiss the girl. That's if there's a time to do it. I don't know. You know how hard it is to get a creature without vocal cords to sing? Also, don't knock my boy Eric. He drove a ship into a Cthulhu-esque sea witch. Let's give him some props, please.
They got on Philip. Well, no, they didn't really get on Philip that bad. He was okay. Aladdin, they said, was awesome, but he was a liar. So they're basically encouraging little boys to lie.
I thought, did they watch the movie? Because he comes clean at the end.
Yeah, I know. The whole point was he shouldn't lie. That was the whole point. Yeah, I might respond to this now.
Like, do you not understand character development, Cracked?
They didn't slander Hercules. They never brought up Hercules. I guess because they didn't count him as a prince, which is
more
ridiculous.
Of a demigod, but yeah.
Well, then again, he's the son of Zeus.
So Prince of Olympus?
Yeah, they didn't really get on.
I mean, in Disney, he's the son of.
And they said they said that Simba didn't count because he's an animal.
Wow, how species is that? That's ridiculous. Though, can you imagine, though, lecturing the guy that chases down a magical witch who turns into a dragon? He proceeds to slay him, and they go, "This is a bad role model for little boys." It's like,
well, my thought is, with ones like Cinderella and Snow White, I'm kind of like, do you really think a lot of little boys are watching this?
yeah, I really didn't start watching a lot of the older Disney classics like seriously until I was much older, and because it's like, oh, it's a Disney princess movie.
I mean, I like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. I like those movies, and Cinderella, I like that one too. But I didn't really like them until I was older and could appreciate the art.
Because before then, it's like, ew, girl movie, don't watch.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought. I'm like, this is a girl's movie. There's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of violence. There's not a lot of kick butt stuff, you know? I'm a simple boy. I like me some action.
Yeah. Sure. Just the ridiculousness. Absolute ridiculousness.
I died. Anyway, hey Raven, have you seen the Apollyon Message Ravenette video? I did see that. Thank you to Geist for making that. That was such a cool video.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Mulan and the Princess and the Princes.
Princess and the Frog.
Are my favorite Disney princes movie.
Yeah, those were good movies. Oh, I'm alive.
Animated Mulan is baller.
Animated Mulan is kick ass.
Even as a young boy, I like that.
Yeah, I liked Mulan even as a kid. I usually skipped over the beginning stuff and skipped right to the Be a Man song.
You can't skip over the early stuff because that's when we get Mushu.
Mushu was funny, but I usually skip to the Be a Man song because I like the military stuff.
Oh yeah.
Be a man, you must be swift as a coursing river.
Shit, I might never help a woman. It's not worth it. Both Cracked and MRA.
Expect the Ruth montage soon, dude. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait for the Ruth montage. Hey Raven, is there a Jewish princess in Disney? I can't think of one.
I mean, unless they decide, hey, let's make Esther. But if we could get classic Disney to do it, I'd be interested. Modern Disney, don't touch my Bible. Actually, if they touch the Bible, they might combust into flames.
Let's see. I'm not gonna lie. If they're really gonna remake Little Mermaid, it'll be fun to watch someone run into Melissa McCarthy over with the ship, assuming they don't drop that entirely. that will be worth the price of admission.
We're going whaling, boys.
No, they're probably gonna say that they just found a way because secretly Ursula was actually a good character the whole time.
I refuse to accept that.
No, Ursula was wonderful because she was evil. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, next is Nobushi because we got to talk about her execution.
Nobushi.
We almost had a rant going there, bro. We almost did it, guys. We almost had a rant. Let's keep going.
Yeah, guys were saying earlier we could have a Lark rant. I'm just like, I don't know. I've already ranted about Gate before. I'm not sure I want to go into that again.
You're the saddest bunch I've ever met, but you can bet before we're through. Somehow I'll make a man out of you. Anyway.
This song has an entirely different conversation as a meaning today.
Anyway, sees a witch turn into a dragon and turns a raven to lark. Could you guys hold my beer and hand me that 700 Nitro Express?
Oh, boy.
Look, let me put it this way. If I'm going to go save my potential girlfriend or wife or what have you, and I run up to go get him, and this witch appears and turns into a dragon in front of me, all I'm doing is like, all right, I'm about to introduce you to Southern hospitality, mother, and just start opening up. Oh, that would be
I can just see that giant dragon appears. Cletus, wonder how dragon jerky tastes.
Like, that's the thing. See, every other country sees a dragon, we shall either fight or flee. Southerner sees a dragon. Now, Cletus, I ain't seen a lizard that big since I walked out on your mammy's porch and saw that big old gator come out of the swamp yonder. Cletus, you see the size of this motherfucker?
Yeah, it must be one of them irradiator gators. He got wings.
Yeah, that one's got wings and it's spitting fire. Now, if you point your head down yonder, we could get a barbecue going. We help you out right there? No, he's bringing it on us, Cletus.
I'm thinking if we cook him, the spice will already be in there since it's already breathing the fire.
Now, Cletus, go get me my pitchfork. We're gonna roast a pork on the spit.
Oh yeah. Lark, let us Mexicans help you with the dragon meat.
You know what? If there's any culture that I trust to cook dragon meat, it is the Mexican culture.
Yeah, Mexicans see that and just go...
The first dragon taco, or Draco taco. Yes, Draco taco. Pin that shit. I need to call Hannah. We need to make that into a shirt.
It's like, do I get you to see that? Senor, we're going to need more peppers and lime.
Y'all making us Southerners look bad? No,
nothing we have said.
Nothing
bad.
Okay,
Nothing.
Tell me what we have said that is inaccurate.
Are you implying Cletus and his buddies grilling with the boys is not wholesome? I say no.
You tell us what we said about Southerners that is inaccurate. We are Southerners. You tell us what we got wrong.
Then again, we were going for more of an Appalachian twang.
That is true, but that's still in the South.
It is. But if we're going with a more Charlestonian... So
we just got $1.99 from Superfly Mice Guy. Rant about lack of evil women in modern stories.
It's a lack about the lack of evil characters.
There's just a lack of evil characters, really. I think the big problem is, people don't want to talk about evil anymore. There's always got to be like a, unless it's a white, straight male, the character has to be sympathetic somehow. What they're doing isn't evil, it's relatable. And I hate that. I hate how they do that. If it's a white straight male, though, they can be evil because racist, offensive patriarchy.
Is Maryland Southern? It used to be considered that, not anymore, because you are above the good sweet tea line. Because if I go to Maryland and I ask for sweet tea, you're going to give me brown water. I know this from personal experience. Part of Virginia isn't even Southern. And it's not your fault, Maryland. It's just your close proximity to Washington, D.C.
Dang, I thought I could outdo him. Anyway. You done interrupted my NASCAR, Bubba, and that's going to happen here. And either help with the crawdads or you're going to be siding with the crawdads.
Ooh, we should have done it in a cage. Never heard of the Mason-Dixon line referred to as the sweet tea. No, sweet tea line is different from the Mason-Dixon line. Sweet tea line's a little bit further south. I know this because, when I went on, this field trip to, go over Civil War battlefields, once we started getting into, Northern Virginia, the sweet tea started to really be crap. And when you're forcing me to subsist on Arizona sweet teas, I get mad. Because it's one thing, going to Romania, I was not expecting to have sweet tea, so I braced myself mentally. If I'm in Virginia, I better have sweet tea.
Alright, I need to try to get to a point where I can do this execution.
Thoughts on Florida-Georgia line? They are a band.
They are definitely a band.
They sure do play music.
They are the most band I've ever seen.
Yeah, Arizona sweet tea is good.
All right, here we go.
But it's not Southern sweet tea.
Here we go. This is it. All right. Couple problems with this execution that I want to really point out. The first one is the kick. The kick I don't have a problem with. The axe kick is fine, but notice the way the naginata comes down in front of the foot. It almost glitches there. It just kind of pops there. How did it not go through the shin or the calf? How come it didn't do that? And then when she does the knock up to take off the head, there's no way you could take off a head with just a kick upward like that. That's just not going to happen. Let's try to do it again. Come get me. Come get me. Crap! I can never read, when the right time to dodge is with Jormungandr anymore. Raven and Ark are breaking out the Matthew McConaughey character from Rain of Fire when the dragons show up.
You're dang right. It's like a glitchy upwards guillotine. Yeah, I can see
it. It really is.
Who won the fist fight, Karl Marx or George Washington? George Washington.
George Washington. That's not even a question.
George Washington, he may not be used to fist fight, but he's actually a physically imposing character. Karl Marx, towards the end of his life, he wasn't doing so hot in the physical department.
He was a weakling.
I think he had some gout too, which really wouldn't have helped him. And I'm not even saying that just because I don't like Karl Marx. I just don't think that he would be as physically imposing as George Washington. Did you hear BuzzFeed is shutting down its news division? It has a news division?
It has a news division? I just thought that they were just complete nonsense.
I just thought they gathered around in California, vomited on a keyboard, and then suddenly a website appeared. Hunger Santa. That's a new name to refer to Carl. I like it. Because out west we can't waste our water. If we make our sweet tea like you did, we would die of dehydration. That's fair. That is fair.
That is fair. It just means you need to move here.
Hey, Bros, y'all have Maryland crabs? No. Maryland does have good crabs. I'm not going to fight you on that one. I'm not saying Maryland doesn't have anything going for it.
Yeah, I'm not saying Maryland's all bad.
I just don't think we can officially qualify it as southern.
In fact, I'm pretty sure Jay lives in Maryland.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah, I like your Old Bay stuff. That's good. And I like Annapolis. Annapolis is nice.
Annapolis is nice. Can't deny that.
I went to go see a Navy.
Raven Knight T-Rex versus Southerners? Southerners. Not even a question.
Listen, if you look, there are certain guns that are actually rated for T-Rex. And keep in mind, dinosaurs are related to birds. The closest genetic relative of T-Rexes is a chicken. So that means we got a giant chicken just running at us. That's going to feed us for at least a week.
But anyway, let's try to get another rant going. We keep getting close, but then it just dies.
I prefer my insects and hairy arachnids over your swamp creatures. Oh, we got both here.
Best southern state, Georgia. Now that's a matter of opinion.
I mean, I got family in Georgia, but I like to joke with them because Georgia is South Carolina's meat shield from Florida.
Yep. So I'm gonna say the best southern state is either South Carolina or Florida.
I know I'm biased in this, but I'm going to say South Carolina because there's a good bit of Florida that isn't truly southern. Looking at you, Key West, because ironically, the further down south you go in Florida, the less southern it gets.
Yep. No, you're right about that. You are definitely right about that.
And I like Georgia. Don't get me wrong. Atlanta, though, I can miss. I can miss Atlanta, but that's just because it's a big city. I'm not a big fan of big cities. Georgia is like Cadia. Essentially, literally, that's the only reason Georgia was allowed to become its own separate colony. It's like, hey, you'll be a meat shield to block the Spanish raids from Florida into South Carolina, and then Georgia got bigger and more prosperous than us. You can't go to hell without going through Atlanta. Yeah, let me tell you, I had to go through Atlanta International Air Force twice last week. That was not a pleasurable experience. All good luck. I don't like big cities either. Yeah. I also like keep in mind we got family in Roswell, Georgia, so we've had to go through Atlanta a few too many times.
Were there actual ninja clans? Yes, but not in the way you'd probably think of them. They weren't families. They were more like organizations.
Hey, Lark, which Skyrim factions do you think deserve your lamentations? Well, we've already done 3, so obviously Stormcloak's Legion and the Volcar clan deserve a lamentations. I guess, to make things fair, I should probably have do a Dawn Guard run-through. The Thieves Guild definitely deserves to be punished for their idiocy.
Yep.
Dark Brotherhood, too, to an extent, but really most of the problems they rely on Astrid. The Blades can probably get some because the Parthenax dilemma. I know some of you are like, well, I went ahead and kill Parthenax for him. Like, no, that's avoidable. And the Bard's College, if there was more to them, would deserve it, but they're so stupid and so short, it doesn't deserve mentioning. College of Winterhold, I honestly don't think it's that bad. I'd like to see some more content for them, but I don't think they're terrible.
Rant about Rising of the Shield Hero or Goblin Slayer?
We love Goblin Slayer.
We love Goblin Slayer. I don't know. I don't want to really rant over that. I could rant a little over Rising of the Shield Hero because
before he goes off, because I'm about to encourage you to do it. We both like the show.
I like I like the first season of Rising of the Shield Hero.
I pretend the second season doesn't exist.
That's the best way to do it. Hold on. Nope.
The companions don't deserve any hate. I could pick on them, but I like the companions. But yeah, so go ahead and talk about the problems with Rising of the Shield Hero.
You want me to talk about problems with Rising of the Shield Hero? Okay. So Rising of the Shield Hero, to me, started out really good because I like the fact that is that a light spinning bot gladiator?
Oh no, they're learning.
They're learning. But yeah, Rising of the Shield Hero to me is, it gets so bad so fast. It starts off so good. It starts off with so much going for it, you know. It just starts off like really good. Like this setup where you got these 4 guys going to a world, they all get stuck with these weapons, and the main character gets stuck with the shield, like the worst weapon you could get, because he has no attack power, all defensive power. He's got so much defense, it's crazy, but he has no attack power, and because of that, he's kind of a laughingstock. But there's more to it than that. The whole kingdom hates him. This isn't like the anime protagonist thing starting out where everyone loves him for no reason, or he's the chosen one for no reason. He's got the worst weapon, he's a pariah in the kingdom, and everyone hates him, to the point that they even try to accuse him of rape, even though he didn't do it. And he's forced to do morally questionable things to endure in the kingdom. And that means like taking slaves and doing odd jobs, becoming a merchant, cheating people out, forcing people to pay him to help them, like stuff like that. He's not the hero, you know. He's a hero, but he acts like a villain sometimes, which I think is a creative idea. But then it starts going downhill so fast because everyone starts liking him for some reason because of all he does. He starts talking morally down, talking everybody. All the characters make stupid decisions aside from him. He just becomes a total mully grub, a total asshole, even when he doesn't need to be. Even when people start liking him, he still acts like a jerk to everyone. He keeps getting a harem of girls, which is really irritating. Raftalia, he buys her as a little girl, but then she grows into jailbait, you know? It's like... it's very irritating, but all that gets old, and plus the shield just keeps gaining power after power after power that make no sense. Like the curse shield, I did a whole video on why the curse shield is such a messed up concept. Like, they keep saying, I have the same problem with the curse shield as I do with Blackbeard's devil fruit power. You claim, oh, it's got this incredible power, but it's dark, it has a bad side, and if you aren't careful, you know, it'll start showing negative side effects. It really hasn't. It hasn't shown one negative side effect. And for a weapon that doesn't have any attack power, he keeps pulling out these totally busted attack moves. Like, you want to explain that to me? Yeah, that was a pain in the butt. But anyway, it looks like everyone's talking about other stuff, so let's move on from that.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
I know you did, but I'm reading some of the chat and they're talking about everything else.
Hey Raven, which anime protagonist has the saddest backstory?
Protagonist or just character?
Protagonist. Obviously Ranma.
Ranma one half. Ranma Saotome has the saddest backstory.
That or Guts. It's kind of tied.
Yeah, Guts or Ranma. Different kinds of tragedies. Different kinds of tragedies, but Guts and Ranma have the saddest backstories.
Yeah. You may want to explain the Ranma one, because I'm not sure all of them are caught up.
Did they even care about Ranma? The last time I talked about Ranma, no one seemed to understand.
Actually, we had like 2 guys in chat like, oh yeah, I remember reading Ranma.
Dude, Ranma was the shit. It was like one of my favorites.
It was so stupid, but so funny.
Yeah, it was so hilarious.
Ever heard of Robert Breaker? No.
Never heard of that one.
No, not familiar.
All right, I promised I'd do Warlord, so let's prepare to do Warlord.
Skylander's interested. You got to tell him now.
Guts, my dude has been done dirty. Ranma, I would say, is just as sad. Let me tell you Ranma Saotome's story. Ranma's father, Genma Saotome.
Piece of crap.
Shitty father. Like, he wins the worst Father of the Year award every year without even trying. He was trained in the Anything Goes School of Martial Arts. His wife left him because of his total dedication to martial arts, to the point that he wouldn't even spend time with her. He keeps custody of Ranma for some reason, but he makes a vow before Ranma is even born. He makes a promise that Ranma will marry this girl, this daughter of his friend from his training days. So before Ranma's even born, he's already set to be wed to some girl he's never met. And then what does Genma do? Does he settle down, try to raise Ranma right? No, he goes on a pilgrimage across Japan to train Ranma in martial arts so that he can inherit the Anything Goes School of Martial Arts. While he is a child, while he's just a child, Genma puts him through intense psychological and physical torture, including giving him a fear of cats. To train him in a martial art called cat fist, cat fu, he basically wraps Ranma in fish sausage and throws him into a pit of starving cats. And then when this makes Ranma traumatized, he keeps doing it again and again and again to the point that Ranma has a deathly fear of cats. To the point that it gets so bad that if he gets surrounded by cats too intensely, he will act like a cat himself just to deal with the fear. That's where the cat fist comes from. So he's been psychologically abused. While traveling around the country with Ranma, Genma doesn't have any job, so he constantly runs into issues where he gets hungry or is in need of food. And what he'll do is he'll go to people and beg them for food, and when they say, well, if you want, you'll have to pay. I don't have any money. All right, well, you have a son. Promise that he'll marry my daughter and inherit my dojo or my school. He will promise this, but then go out on his promise after he eats and run off with Ranma, only for these men with their daughters to show up later to demand that Ranma marry their daughters because of what Genma did. Genma basically tortures his son and makes promises using him to get what he wants in the end. But if you think that's it, it gets worse for Ranma. When he was a kid, Ranma had a best friend named Ukyo, who he thought was a boy, but Ukyo was actually a girl, and the same thing happens. Ranma's father keeps getting free meals from Ukyo's food stall, and Ukyo's father says, you've been getting a lot of free meals from me, and it's time you paid up. Well, I don't have any money. Well, promise that Ranma will marry Ukyo, and I'll give you not only my daughter, but also my food cart, because Ukyo will carry on my family legacy. Genma runs off with not only Ranma running out on Ukyo, but also with the food cart, basically making Ukyo's father jobless. So Ranma now has to live with that guilt that his father did this to his childhood best friend. Oh, but it gets worse. While Ranma was still in middle school, he went off to China with his father to study in Chinese Kempo. While over in China, his father brought him to a training ground of Cursed Springs. Now, why did they go to a training ground of Cursed Springs? Because Genma can't read Chinese and didn't read the warning about the spring. When they start training there, both Genma and Ranma fall into pools. Genma's cursed now that whenever he's splashed with cold water, he turns into a panda. Ranma is cursed that whenever he is splashed by cold water, he turns into a girl. Now, you might think any good father would say, all right, we've clearly been cursed. I need to do something about this. We need to find a way to fix ourselves. Let's research the issue and try to find a way to fix us. Nope, because you see, Akane's finally come of age. All of his friends' daughters have come of age. And you remember how I said earlier that he made a promise to marry Ranma to one of them? Well, Kyuryu's going to have to wait, Ranma. We need to get you back to Japan so you can marry one of these girls. So he takes Ranma back to Japan, even though he's still cursed, to marry one of these girls. When he gets back, no, I'm not done. I'm not done. When Ranma gets back to Japan, he meets the girls. It's revealed to them what Ranma is, and they get him to be engaged to probably the most unlikable tomboy bitch who's ever been written into anime. The most unlikable, unfriendly, and one of the most unattractive female protagonists ever, who does nothing but call Ranma a pervert because of his curse, despite the fact that Ranma never did anything to her inappropriate or mean or cruel. In fact, when she first meets Ranma, Ranma's in his girl form and she has no idea he's actually a boy. What happens is Ranma takes a bath after their training, and because warm water turns Ranma back into a boy, when Akane comes in, she sees Ranma as a boy, assumes he's a pervert, and when Ranma and his father explain the whole situation, she still just calls him a pervert. And when he says, hold on, you walked in on me, that's not fair. It's different when a girl looks at a boy. That's different. I'm like, sexist. Exactly. So it is totally a one-sided issue. So Ranma just, you know what, screw this, I'm going back to China to find a way to turn back. They refuse him that right. Like, no, the promise is made. You have to marry Akane. So he's basically stuck with this curse. But wait, no, it gets worse. Not only this, but throughout his time in Tokyo with Akane, he keeps running into guys who are lusting after Akane. So they want to fight him. And runs into girls who are lusting after him, so that makes Akane hate him more. And then some of these guys, looking at you, Kuno, fall in love with Ranma's female half, not realizing they're the same person because Ranma's trying to keep it a secret. And all the while, no one will let Ranma just go back to China to find a way to fix himself. In fact, there was one episode where he said that he was going back to China, and everyone tried to stop him.
Yep.
Like I know that Guts has a rough backstory. Don't get me wrong, I get that, and his backstory is shit.
Yeah, but in a joking way, let me explain why I think Ranma kind of has it. Because Guts at least forms an actual, real connection with people.
Yes.
He actually he has a company of people that rely on him. I mean, sure, they all die brutally, and that's horrible. But the thing is, at least he had those connections to begin with. He has no relationship with his mother. His father is a piece of crap. All of his fiancées really don't care about him. There isn't a single girl that actually likes him for him.
Exactly.
They like him out of either social obligation or they actually hate his guts.
Like, no, Lark is 100% right. Like, you might say, well, you know, Guts has it worse. Guts has friends, like you said. He gains friends.
They die.
They die, but he gains them. And as the line goes, better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Like, and that's true in Ranma's case because Ranma has no friends. There are two guys at school who talk to him, but they really just want to become his friend so that they can get to know female Ranma, because they all think that Ranma and that girl have some kind of connection without knowing it's actually him. So they're only friends with him so that they can get close to female Ranma. Ryoga is not his friend. He hates Ranma because he followed Ranma to Jusenkyo. Now Ryoga is cursed to turn into a black piglet when he gets wet, and he blames Ranma for that. And then you might think, oh, well, what about the girls who are betrothed to him? Surely they like him. Let's go down the list. Akane is a bitch, and even though they're pushing that she secretly likes him, she treats him like shit constantly. Shampoo. Shampoo is an Amazoness girl who Ranma beat as a girl when he was in girl form in China. And the rule of the Amazon tribe is that if a girl defeats an Amazoness, they must kill the enemy no matter where they go. Shampoo follows Ranma back to China to kill girl half, only to find out that Ranma's actually a boy, and the rule therefore is if a boy beats you, well then they have to marry you. She's not marrying Ranma because she loves him, she's marrying Ranma out of Amazon obligation. Does she learn to love him? Maybe, but she will do some underhanded shit to get him, like give him magic herbs that force him to hug her, or force him to fall in love with her. She is totally willing to do underhanded crap to get him. Then you have this girl named Kodachi, Kuno's sister. Kodachi is a crazy bitch.
And not even in a fun way.
Not even in a fun way. She is insane. Constantly underhanded, using her money to get what she wants, and even blackmailing Ranma into going on dates with her, or else she'll release incriminating photos of him that are totally taken out of context. And then Ukyo. Ukyo's probably the best one because she was the one who was promised to Ranma as a child. But Ukyo, while still probably being the best girl, only is trying to get with him because, two reasons. Number one, because of the prior promised obligation, and two, because Ranma, upon finding out that she's a girl, tries to compliment her saying, oh, I didn't mean to call you a guy all this time. You're cute. You're a really cute girl. And she likes the fact that someone noticed her feminine charms, so she now likes him because of that. It's not because of any kind of friendly or relationship obligation to the man. She just likes him because he made her feel good once for complimenting her, and because there was a promise in the past.
And she also has no problem using him in
she'll use him. She'll use him like without reservation. Every one of these girls and guys that interact with Ranma either hate him or use him. Like, genuinely, this poor bastard cannot catch a break. Plus, he still has that curse. Now, the funny thing is, if you asked me, hey, Raven, would you keep that curse that Ranma has? Yes. But I would abuse that curse. I would use that curse in every way.
The trolling.
Like the trolling, the joking. You have no idea how much fun I could have with this.
Atlas, Son of the Eagle, says, Raven, can you make a story where Ranma has a friend? We have
joked about this.
Look, if we literally went up to Ranma and said, hey man, I'm your friend, we don't think he'd be able to process it.
Like, legit, if I went to Ranma and I said, dude, listen to me. I'm your friend. I don't want anything from you. I'm not trying to take anything from you. I'm your friend, buddy. I am your friend. I think he would break down. I think he would straight up collapse. Because the dude has no idea what a friend is. Like he doesn't have any meaningful friends or family or people that care about him. Oh, and here's the worst part. Ready for the worst part? In the final episode of the show, Ranma's mom shows up. Now, Ranma's mom has no idea that Ranma has this curse. But she's made a vow that if Ranma has not grown into a good man, she will take her own life for her failures as a mother, because she was supposed to be a good mother and raise her son, and she realizes that she was never there for Ranma, and she feels bad for that. So if Ranma did not grow to be a good man, she'll consider herself a poor mother and commit suicide on the spot. So Ranma thinks if she finds out about my curse, she may kill herself. So Ranma has to basically hide from his mother for the whole episode, just so she doesn't find out about his curse, breaking his mother's heart and his. I'm sorry, when it comes to tragic anime protagonists, Ranma has it worse than anyone I can think of. Because his sad story does not end with most other anime protagonists who have sad backstories. Oh, their backstory's sad. Yes, it is sad. It's tragic. But it ends at some point. They get friends, they get goals, they have laughs, they gain connections. This poor mother effer can't get them and keep them. Guts has it way, way worse, my guy.
Listen, it's a different genre.
It's a different genre.
One is grimdark. We get it.
One is grimdark. Look, you can say Guts has it worse. And yes, he probably does from a grimdark perspective, but I'm talking about just from a psychological perspective. Guts is able to take out his frustrations on the world and kill things. Ranma can't do that.
Ranma is forbidden from it by his own genre from doing that. But Doctor, don't get us wrong. We get where you're coming from.
We get where you're coming from. We agree Guts is one of the most tragic anime characters out there, but he's from a genre where everything has to be tragic.
Yeah.
He's from a genre where everything has to be tragic, so that's not really fair. That's like saying, oh, you really think Harry Potter's backstory is rough? Well, have you read Warhammer 40K? It's like that's kind of what that comes down to.
It's like, well, you think his backstory is sad? Wait until I show you the Lamenters.
Exactly. It's not a fair comparison.
It isn't a fair comparison, but we don't. No disrespect to Guts.
No disrespect, man. Guts has it rough, but you can't compare grimdark to typical anime shonen stuff.
I think Luffy should meet Ranma. Luffy is exactly what Ranma is.
Luffy is the man Ranma needs to meet. You know, he just needs that connection.
Lark, I have Christian friends in Romania. Which city did you visit? We operated out of Brasov. We went to several small gypsy villages. Yeah. Yeah, they're different rough circumstances, different burritos, same consequence. I wouldn't say same consequences. I mean, having a demon army come out, kill all your friends is a little different.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Guts doesn't have it rough. And Berserk isn't grimdark. Berserk is dark, true, but not grimdark. Grimdark has no hope.
Wait, there's hope for Guts?
There's hope for
Since
Guts?
when was there hope for Guts?
There is no hope for Guts.
But you even pointed out, even if he dies, he's condemned to hell because of the brand on his skin. So.
Yeah, there's no hope for Guts.
There's some grimdark, and even in some grimdark settings, you can have some hope.
And what hope is there for Warhammer 40K? That's grimdark.
Caiaphas Cain, dagnabbit. You look at Caiaphas Cain and tell me there's not hope in that man. Have you ever heard of a YouTuber called Penguin Zero? I think I might have heard of him. I don't know anything about him.
I've heard the name. I don't know anything about it. Oh, we're just wasting this poor commander.
Commander's looking like, I'm tired, Bob. Is Dark Souls grimdark? Dark Souls is Dark Souls. It is its own genre.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, we're not trying to say that Berserk isn't tragic. Definitely, from a literal standpoint, yes, Guts has it worse. But you can't compare the genre here. We're talking about anime in a general sense. If you're talking about grimdark, stories, yes, Guts has it really bad. But grimdark is a genre where everything has to be really dark and tragic. Ranma is from a genre where everything has to be kind of funny and humorous and action-packed. And that's more anime. That covers a much broader spectrum. So, with that in mind, Ranma is the more tragic. The only thing I don't like about Goblin Slayer is Priestess. She is so naive to the point of stupidity.
She grows on.
She grows on you, though, and she gets better. She really does. Like, you grow to like her over time. And she doesn't get naive at the end. Like, in the end, she helps take down the Goblin Lord. So, give her some credit. All right. Do I have Lawbringer with that execution? I don't think I do. I don't think I got the execution. We're about to find out. I'll play Lawbringer.
What if Goku, Luffy, and Naruto tried to get food from the soup Nazi? The what?
The what? So what I'm getting from this, there's dark, and then there's grimdark.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I would say so.
Darkness.
But yeah, hey, we finally got a decent rant, but it was about Ranma. I can't believe it. We actually had a rant about Ranma?
Ranma is the gift that keeps on giving, except to himself.
And honestly, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of advice. If you do want to get into Ranma, read the manga. Like, read the manga. Not because the anime is necessarily bad. It's an 80s anime, though, so really cheap animation and voice acting. In fact, I think it was one of the first ever anime to come to America and be dubbed, and like right up there with Sailor Moon. And so because of that, a lot of the voice actors they got to dub it were children, because they were trying to get the same age as the characters. So some of the dubbing is a little off. And also, the anime adds a lot of filler, so you're going to see some filler in there. Plus, and again, I know that I'm crapping on it now, even though I like it so much, but it can be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Campy?
Not campy, just goofy, I guess.
It can be, but some people actually like older anime for that very purpose. It's a fun show. It's an interesting show. Also, you can enjoy the fact that Ryoga is voiced by a very, very young Codlack white maid.
Rant about how they downplayed Cobra Bubbles in the Lilo and Stitch remake. Yeah, so apparently what they're doing is Cobra Bubbles. If you ever watched the original Lilo and Stitch, he was this CIA agent or something, or Homeland Security agent, or whatever he was. I forget exactly. I think he was CIA, but I don't remember.
He was some special spook.
Whatever the point is, he shows up, and he says this really badass line, like, I'm the one they call when things go wrong, and things here are definitely wrong. Like, he had this really badass voice, black, bald, really cool, clearly like a reference to Men in Black. In the new live-action remake, they've made him a white woman. I think that's hysterical. And the reason I find it so hysterical, they're like, yeah, we're trying to make him accurate to Hawaii. And I'm like,
You got a white woman to be accurate.
well, she's Hawaiian. She's from Hawaii. But my response to that is, Bubbles didn't need to be Hawaiian, though. He was an American CIA agent. He could be from anywhere.
You never heard of an American moving from the lower 48 to Hawaii? It's happened before. Not to mention, are you implying to me that there aren't any tall black guys in Hawaii?
Yeah, I guarantee you there are.
I mean, listen, they will jump out of their way, like in the new movie where they're talking about like the last voyage of the Demeter. They have a black guy from Cambridge.
Yes.
Not from Cambridge. Went to Cambridge. In the late 19th century.
Yeah.
It's like we can find that guy, but we can't find a tall black guy from Hawaii in modern day Lilo and Stitch.
Raven, my brother asked me to ask you, what do you think of Seven Deadly Sins? I haven't watched it really. I've heard good things about it, but
I have.
Lark has watched it, and I think your biggest criticism was, what was it again?
The fact is they retcon so much nonsense.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
like, this guy's a super evil guy. Just kidding. He was actually a good guy all along. But, like, didn't he, starve a town for several years? It's like, but no, don't ignore that, please. It's just, it jumps around so much. Also, if I hear that character, like, you know who I'm talking about, say Sir Meliodas one more time, I'm going to shoot her myself.
To be fair, though, we kind of get tired of Ranma saying, you're so uncute.
Yes, but at least he was being accurate. With this, it's just like, listen, we get it. Please stop saying it. Every other word.
Sorry if I keep pressing this point, but Berserk is my favorite manga and helped me get through some rough times before I found Jesus.
No, you're fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I'm not denying that for you.
No,
I'm making a point, though.
We just made a point.
We're just making a point here.
Listen, I love guts.
I do. I think the problem with that argumentation, though, is kind of like, I want to accept this because of this happening in my life. Unfortunately, that's not good argumentation, because that's entirely subjective. Whereas we're looking at terms of genre. I'm not saying that Guts didn't have a tremendous impact on you. That's fine if you did. That's fine if he did for you. That's fine. But we're talking about, in a general sense, while I do agree Guts has it worse than Ranma from a literal perspective, in talking about the worst anime protagonist who has like the worst backstory in a general sense, I don't think it's fair to compare a grim, dark world to a more, like, typical anime protagonist.
We're looking at sort of like per capita, if you will.
Correct. Like, it's kind of like what I said before. You think Harry Potter had it bad? You clearly haven't seen Warhammer 40K. I'm like, you can't compare these two.
Like, Guts is on so much of a different level, but the world Guts is in, it fits much better. Like, if you tried to pull, like give Ranma the same backstory as Guts, we go, what the heck happened?
Exactly. Like, Guts is in a world where this kind of dark nonsense is regular. Ranma's in a world where he should at least be making friends now. He should at least be building some kind of relationship or goal. No, his whole life is just one negative thing after another. Ranma in the world of Guts would be destroyed. So Guts is in a world where his kind of backstory makes total sense.
But also, on the plus side for Guts, he gets like a cannon on his arm. That's a big up.
Hey, at least Ranma don't got that. Although Ranma can summon tornadoes. Little weird how he does it.
But there's a lot of requirements to step into that before.
Yeah. He can't just magic it up. He's got to, like, do stuff to build into that.
Also, I gotta give that Guts OST do got me acting strange.
Yes.
I do love that soundtrack, man. Not 7 Deadly Sins, but it's only Escanor. Oh, dude, if it was only Escanor.
If it was only Escanor.
Escanor, best character. Also inspired one of the best Divide Music's tracks.
Actually, Divide's most recent song,
Baller. Absolutely.
Okay, I did not get the execution for Lawbringer. Or at least, if I did get it, I did not apply it to him. So, sorry guys. I'll look at it before we go to bed. Get off it.
I was talking about the show in general.
What show?
I can tell. 7 something. Yeah, but we know.
Yeah, we get it.
Which black actor could live action Cobra Bubbles? Honestly, I would have picked Terry Crews.
Terry Crews would be excellent, dude. He looks just like him.
It'd also he could give it a more goofy angle, which I think would have been fun.
Yeah, like more goofy Bubbles. I'm the one they call when things go wrong. And things here are very wrong. Like eats a cookie or something. Except that. It's good.
Actually, considering like how Terry Crews acts with his kids, he would be perfect to work with child actors.
Yes. Like maybe he acts like really goofy until like when he's talking to Lilo, like, "Hey Lilo, how are you today?" And then looks at Nani, "What kind of food are you giving this girl?" Like just have him just go totally ridiculous. That's what I want to see from him.
Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal would. Oh my gosh.
Honestly, that could work. I would pay to see a Cobra Bubbles movie on its own if Shaquille O'Neal was the guy. Could you talk about Guts' story? I don't think we can do it justice.
No, we're not.
Honestly, if we went into the full detail of Guts' story too, like YouTube would demonetize us.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. YouTube already doesn't like us.
So how was he born? And censored.
We can't talk about that.
I'm using a character AI and I made a polymom fall for me. Please help me, Raven. I'm scared. Nope. You signed your fate there, Brian.
You did this.
You gotta live up to it. How about the guy who plays John Coffrey from Green Mile? Oh yeah, that could work.
Yeah, he could
definitely.
Yeah.
Honestly, you would get the voice probably closer.
Probably.
I was gonna hit, but I've heard of that one, but I don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about Hajime no Ippo.
Is it like the boxing one? I want to say that's the boxing one.
I think it's the boxing one.
Yeah.
I like Kenichi. Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple.
Kenichi is really good. Underrated.
Very, very good.
Not to be grim, but it's true. Duncan, he did. Oh, he did!
Oh, he did!
Would Ice Cube be a good Cobra Bubbles? Honestly, no. I don't think...
No.
He has the look, but I don't think his mannerisms would be right for it.
Yeah, he couldn't play it just right, I'm afraid.
The Almighty Loli on YouTube, he's got about a 20-hour video going over the whole Berserk story. Well, then go see that guy.
I've heard of the Almighty Loli. I just don't remember from where.
It has been long since the release of Mania. Disney insists on making a remake. Yeah, that's the thing. That's how you know they're out of ideas. They're starting to remake things that are super close. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a live-action Frozen's coming around the corner.
I don't think that it's the fact that they're out of ideas. They're just not willing to do new things.
Yeah.
Because to them, it's like, do what's already been proven to be good, Like, take the movies that everyone loved, update them with modern day socio-political crap, and they'll still love them because they love the movies. I told Hannah this, and I stand by it. I think one of the problems Disney has is for the longest time they thought that they were untouchable. Like, they thought, even if we make crap, people will still love us because we're Disney. We can't do bad.
But
You know, like,
so much ill will over the past 5 years.
yeah, for the first time, a Star Wars movie is not guaranteed box office success. Like, keep that in mind.
Yep. Here, even, how would you write about powerful abilities, but with extreme negative side effects that make them feel real compared to just ultimate abilities? That's a good question.
So, that is a good question. I think My Hero Academia handles this very well. Like, you have a very powerful ability, but it can have drawbacks. Like, for example, Todoroki from My Hero Academia. He has half hot, half cold. The left side of his body produces flames, the right side of his body produces cold. If he does not use the left side of his body for fire, he could freeze himself. He could give himself frostbite. And if he doesn't cool himself with the right side of his body, he could potentially burn himself too much. Like, there are risk factors to using your abilities. When I wrote The Tale of Tomoki, which is my story about a Saiyan who protects the world, kind of a fan fiction kind of thing, I admit, he has Super Saiyan, but he's afraid to use it because he doesn't have complete control over it and he could hurt someone. So when he overuses his power, people get hurt. So I think one way you could write a character with an incredible power, but it's risky to use, have it that they either can't control it, or there's some kind of side effect, or a end result of using it that is dangerous. I think that would work.
Yeah, like one thing I came up with is like a guy that has like radiation abilities, but the problem is like that has obvious negative consequences if you use it around innocent people.
Right. Like, I made one fan character for My Hero Academia who's basically slowly devolving into a robot.
And that just mechanics goes, what's the problem?
Raven, who's your favorite sensei and History's strongest disciple? And
why is it Aki-sama?
Aki-sama is pretty solid, but he's actually not my favorite. My favorite is Apachai Hopachai.
Apachai.
The reason Apachai Hopachai is my favorite is not only because he's a lovable character, but also because he does Muay Thai, and that is my martial art. That is what I trained in for years, and what I fought in competitively. So when I see Apachai Hopachai, I kind of see a little bit of myself in that. There are times I want to go when I practice. So there are times. So I do want to kind of do that.
Also, like you can worry about things like that when your opponent is dead. Were you scared?
Like, that was my impression of my master. So were you scared?
Yes.
Uncle Iroh. No, we're not talking about just random anime. We're talking about Kenichi the Mighty Disciple.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, Uncle Iroh is my favorite mentor character in animation. He's my favorite. But we were talking about Kenichi. We were talking about Kenichi the Mighty Disciple.
But yeah. Amir, yes, we did hear about what happened to David Wood's son.
Yes, that is very sad.
I think the family, oddly enough, is like they knew this was coming. I think they're happy that they had their son as long as they did, considering his genetic condition.
Yeah.
But I hope that through like Hatun Tosh and What Do You Mean, they're doing like the fundraiser to try and make sure they can get the proper burial. So I hope that goes through. So if you don't know, like David Wood is a Christian apologist, and he has five sons. 2 of them were born with a very rare genetic condition, and honestly, they're lucky that their kids have lived as long as they have. So 2 of the sons have a condition that means they can't move around a lot. They're on constant life support, and the oldest one, who's 15, he just passed away, and so yeah, they're dealing with that.
Yeah, it's sad. Very sad.
Wulong wasn't made by the A-Team and Team Ninja.
I can kind of tell. I love Wolong. I really do. I love the game. But if you ask me which I liked better, Neo or Wolong, I would say Neo. Wolong is great, but it's restrictive.
Can you say Perry?
Perry the platypus! Anyway.
Turned to an Irish Doofenshmirtz there for a second.
But anyway, yeah, there you go.
Seagull person, that's a very good way to counterbalance it.
Raven, favorite enemy in Kenichi? Whew, that's tough.
Nijima, no.
No, not Nijima. He becomes a good guy, kind of.
Several of the villains become good
I'm
guys.
going to go with... that is tough. That is very tough. I like Loki just because of the fact that he's actually kind of a weakling when you get down to it. You know what? No. Gosh, what was her actual name? I remember her as Valkyrie, and that she was voiced by Colin Klink and everything.
Kasara,
I thought was fun. I thought she was a fun villain.
I just love like they're arguing and she goes, dang it, if my character dies one more time, you're dying with him.
I liked her.
I like that spunk. What is Kenichi? Kenichi is a martial arts anime. It was made in like, what, early 2000s, like mid-2000s? Something about that. And basically it's called Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. It's honestly one of the best martial arts animes you'll see out there because it doesn't go too crazy with it.
It does have some over-the-top stuff and some supernatural moments near the end, but for the most part it references real martial arts, real techniques. I really enjoy it.
Yep. And it's got very good characters in it.
Very enjoyable. And the English dubbed is honestly pretty awesome.
Yeah, so pick it up, and if you like this anime, you can pick, and you want to see it carried on, the manga picks up right where the anime left off. Raven, did you play any of the Yakuza games?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not a Naruto type of anime. I actually like the main character.
Raven and Mark, any thoughts on Baki? Not really.
What's Baki?
It's an anime.
I figured that.
Martial arts anime.
Favorite Dragon Ball villain?
Frieza, I would have to say.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball. Oh, that's a tough one.
Can we say Piccolo?
Piccolo is good, but I'm probably gonna go with
Garlic Jr.
No, God, no. The leader of the Red Ribbon Army. I don't know why. Just the fact that this dude is gonna use this dude just wants to be taller. That's it. That's his whole motivation.
Just real manly. Thoughts on the Power Rangers?
Go Power Rangers!
I gave up on trying to keep track of the Power Rangers after a while.
Yeah, pretty much.
But when we were kids, like when I was in kindergarten, I remember being very
I loved the Power Rangers as a kid. Now I don't really care.
Yeah.
Although when we watch Love After World Domination,
I have a new found respect.
That's a new respect right there. Love After World Domination made me respect the Power Rangers a little bit. If only the Power Rangers actually had moments like that.
Although my biggest beef with Power Rangers, honestly, is I love the Zords, but they never had the Zords just be the Zords.
Yeah.
They always had to make the Mecha Zord, which I like, but at the same time, it's I want the original, the Zords to get their time in the sun on their own.
Have we seen Kamen Rider? Nope. I have not.
Ultraman is better. Okay. How about He-Man? He-Man.
I watched a little bit of He-Man, but I never really liked it as much as...
I remember seeing the 2003 version. I thought it was okay.
The Ginyu Force is better than the Power Rangers.
Well, that goes
without saying. You can't compare them.
You hear about the new TMNT animation movie coming out? Listen, there's probably a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or every year at this point.
Best Fallout character, who is it in your opinion, Larkin Raymond?
Okay.
That covers way too much stuff.
Fallout character. Oh, gosh.
That covers way too much, because that's a lot of Fallout games.
Joshua Graham.
Joshua Graham would probably be my choice, too.
Power Rangers. You mean Western Gundam? No, Power Rangers is Japanese.
Power Rangers in Japanese. It's taken from a Japanese series of shows, which is basically about the same thing, but told a little differently.
Yeah, and then the Western version is a little different, yeah, I guess. Would you guys rather fight against Spanish conquistadors led by Coronado or the Mexican army under Santa Anna? I think I'd rather fight the Mexican army, just because I know Santa Anna's conscripting guys that don't actually want to be there. Those conquistadors are out for blood and gold.
Yeah, Sentai. Yeah, Toku Sentai.
Toku Sentai, Toku Sentai.
Super Sentai, yep. Dun, 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 da, 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 da.
That hits a little different with Lawbringer with glowing eyes, man.
That do be hitting a little different.
And screw that one pikeman in particular. Apparently the Japanese Power Rangers has SA in it. My bro was a huge fan of it and he was really upset about it. Wasn't Super Sentai based on a Japanese Spider-Man TV show? This is news to me.
I have no idea.
A Japanese Spider-Man TV show. That might be worth checking out.
I don't know about that. The Japanese have produced some weird stuff.
I'm Scottish. Oh, I've seen that clip. So what's your ability? I'm Scottish. Lover is now absolutely he was meant to be.
Anyway, well, that's the last match of the night. We do have to wrap up there, so let's go ahead and do some changes in the character menu, and then we'll call it a night. If y'all have any last-minute questions, now is the time to ask it.
Japanese Spider-Man always keeps the Glock on him, as he should.
Japanese Spider-Man always keeps the Glock on.
I'm going to beat you with the power of friendship in this gun I just found.
That is a nice gun.
Spider-Man was the first hero to use a Zord. Whoa.
Was he?
You think it would be Iron Man?
So you would think.
I made a for honor parody of that I'm Scottish meme.
You would.
That's with Highlander, baby. Let's get it. Have you watched Kengan Ashura? I don't know anything
Nope,
about that.
I have not. All right, let's...
Does Ferrari count as grimdark? No, I don't think so.
Not really, no.
It's not grim
It's
enough.
dark, but it's not grimdark. Oh, yeah, I haven't bought it yet. This execution. Yeah, I'll end up talking about it.
Honestly, I could have just done without the little tap on the head.
Yeah, well, yeah. I know when I talk about it, someone's going to say, you're biased.
9mm stops the body, 45 APC kills the soul. Well, that's actually what the 45 was designed to do, stop the body.
That's weird. The execution's graded videos, man. I just get so sick of doing them.
I mean, they're fun to do, but they're also hard to do.
They're fun to do, but I just know that nothing I say is going to please.
Oh.
Your face is grimdark? Ooh, scathing.
He's right, though. One with the time machine. Hello, I'm your granddaughter. Raven and a lark with time machine. Library of Alexandria. All right, boys, grab every scroll you can find. No, that's not where I'm going. I'm going to save the Byzantines. That or Vlad. It's like, wait, Vlad, no, he's an assassin.
It was meant to be.
Or either that I'm going to save Kaiser Frederick of Germany so that his son doesn't get on the throne yet. Gonna say, like, here, wait, don't smoke that cigarette. Here's some chemo. Rant about the leaked ending to the Little Mermaid remake?
I haven't heard about the leak.
What cursed thing?
What have they done?
How are y'all's Riz game?
I don't know what Riz's game is.
Charisma.
Oh. I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy, and our charisma stats just plummeted. Oh, let's see. My negative modifier is 5.
I'll roll for a charisma check. Oh, shoot.
Hold on, I can pull up a character sheet.
The dice got up and left. That's how bad it was.
Well, I have low charisma, but my D&D character has 20. Yeah, let's put it like, how is my charisma? I rolled on that 20, still not high enough. Dang.
It's like my charisma's so bad the dice just got up, said F this, and walked out the door.
Yes. DM said, no, you don't get to roll with a D20. Here's a D4 check.
You roll with a D4, but you need a nat 20.
It's like, but this is a D4. I know. DL Expert dropped $10. You can't please everyone, Rave. Don't worry about the execution videos too much.
Well, here's the thing. I have to worry about them because they're my most popular videos. They're the ones that get the most views. But everything. Here's the thing. If you just say, "Hey, Raven, I disagree with your thing here because of blank," fine, okay, that's okay. But when I get stuff like, "Man, you're biased," or "Man, you don't know what you're talking about," or "Bro, really, you gave him this," or that kind of thing, it's kind of like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Like, it becomes very hard to keep doing it. Anyway.
There's no pleasing some people.
There just isn't. No.
Teddy Roosevelt, come with me if you want to save the bear. That would be. Can you imagine, like, just suddenly Teddy Roosevelt busts down your doors, like, come with me. We have to save America. I'm just like, all right, let's go. Let's do it. Lark speaks to Byzantine Emperor, slaps crates of AK and ammo. It's dangerous to go alone. Take these. I would. I'd go back to 1453.
Let me see what she does with that Naginata. Well, how did it get there?
Truth is, we need more S for stupid rated content. We do.
Yeah, she just slides it right through his leg. It's so weird.
We do need that, though. I'd storm the gates of hell with Teddy Roosevelt.
Pretty much,
We
yeah.
all would. Hey, Raven and Lark, guys here from the brutal snake murders in Florida. Some officers basically went into some guy's house and killed his snakes, including a 10-year-old beloved household pet.
That's sad.
I want to know the context. Like, did he just go into start shooting things in cases, or did he go in the snakes were loose and he just freaked? Because I don't know. If I walked into a room and I see an anaconda just slithering towards me, I might panic too.
Yeah, it's hard to call there.
I'll never forget that idiot who said you knew nothing about katanas and you proceeded to not only school him but roast him.
He said that I knew nothing about katanas because I've never held one. I told him I actually own 2 of them and I've shown them in videos. And he says, yeah, have fun with your little plastic toys. And I said, you would know a lot about plastic toys. I'm sure you use them quite often. And then he had only one response. Oh, so you're making a homosexual joke? And I challenged him. I said, all right, sure, let's stop with the jokes. You tell me why you think I've never held a katana before. He never answer that.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, okay, please tell me where I'm wrong. No. Well, then.
I love when they do that, like when they say, dude, you're biased. How so? No response. Dude,
I-
you don't know what you're talking about. What makes you say that? I don't know.
my favorite one was like, hey, you got this wrong about the heart, and then you pulled up an actual medical file.
Yeah, oh my god, I can't remember who it was, but they said, dude, that wouldn't go through the heart. That's the wrong, the heart is on the
Left side.
on the left side of the body.
Like
and I
it's
said,
more
here is a medical image to show that the heart is actually center of the chest.
To his credit, he's like, wow, I guess I got that wrong. To his credit, he took it like a champ.
Yep.
It is refreshing when someone gets wrong and they're like, oh, I did not know. Raven shanked him harder than Julius was by the Senate.
You don't step up to me with easy bait like that. I will shank you like a peacekeeper does. By the way, how do you like peacekeepers look? I like this
I'm a
look.
fan.
This is a good look.
I always like the open face more.
Yeah, I like the open face more. The only problem I have with this helmet, is that back. Like,
yeah. Oh gosh.
it
Why'd
looks-
you have to remind me that exists?
If you took that pigtail away, this would be the objectively best look.
Yeah, it's just the problem. That just dang pig. I'm not a fan of pigtail with the armor. I'm just.
Well, I wouldn't mind it if it wasn't poking out of the back.
Listen, it's like, for me, if you're going to do the pigtail thing, you gotta just commit to it and have no other hood thing.
All right. Well, I think that's probably what we're gonna have to call it. Okay. Well, any last minute questions, Lark, or are we good?
Let's see. I won an online argument myself. I won because they haven't responded back in month. That's how you know you won. Because very seldom do people say they're wrong. I've seen it happen, but it's very rare.
All right. Well, I think that's it. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Now, Lark and I have been talking about what's going to happen this weekend. I'm definitely going to be grading some executions. I got to grade Centurion's executions and get that out for you guys this weekend. Tomorrow, we may stream again to get a little bit more monetization going on because money's tight, as always. Thinking about what to stream. We could do a tried and true, or we could get Dead Island 2, because we've been talking about that. Y'all let us know in the comments, or let me know on Discord what y'all would like to see. I'll release a poll tonight or tomorrow morning, and you guys can let us know what you'd like to see us stream, and then we will go from there. And other than that, still working on Dead by Daylight videos and Rainbow Six videos and all that fun stuff. Got lots going on. Next week will promise to be just as frustrating. I'm sure this week was... Anyway, that's not important. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this very fun For Honor Friday. I hope you guys had a good time. We sure did. And as always, we will see... Oh, wait. We decided before you go. Before you go, your Aramusha outfit... Real fast. I will do this for you real fast. My Aramusha outfit.
Ooh.
There you go.
That do be nice.
This is my Aramusha.
Aramusha.
Now you have seen it. All right. Well, with that out of the way, I think that's it. So thank you guys so much. And as always, we will see you in our next video. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.